All right, 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 all right. Welcome, 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 one and all, to another episode of VVL Podcast, Social Commentary, weekly roundup of social and current affairs. I'm your boy Andrew Val, and I'm in the building. You soon see me. As usual, we ask y'all to go ahead and share this live broadcast right about now. We're also coming to you live on Hype TV, how you picture entertainment in Jamaica and across the Caribbean. Tonight, we have so much to discuss. Tonight, the update on the Jamaican student stuck in Ukraine. How did a 4-year-old student die in a teacher's car? And also, do you agree with the 28.5% minimum wage increase. Do you agree? We're looking forward to hearing from you. Go ahead and share this live link right about now. Big respect and thanks to all our viewers tuned in. Thank you so much for tuning in. Here we go. I'm on screen right about now. I'm Andrew Val. Welcome all. Welcome one and all. With respect to all our viewers locked in, we have Gio in the building. We have Shelling Shells in the building. We have DJ Chaddy in the building. Tonight it's a little bit different because this is our main discussion for tonight. The exploitation of people with cognitive and intellectual disability for entertainment in Jamaica. That's a big thing right now. And we have even seen recently where social sensation called Ziddy, he and his father, and I think his former manager, they've been going back and forth on social media. So we're going to be covering that. He should be joining us a little later on. And maybe his caretaker, I think that's his former manager's sister, who she was his caretaker. So they'll be joining us later on in the discussion to discuss that run about 30 minutes past the hour. Of course, thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you to all our viewers locked in on Hype TV. We sorry to interrupt your regular regular programming, but of course it's VVL time. It's a podcast. Shells in the building, Chaddy in the building, and of course you don't know my good friend, real Jamaican. Of course, thank you guys so much for tuning in. Let me know where you're watching in from. Send your comments, and of course, we send the big respect to David McLeod and all the Jamaica Issues members in that group. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I'm your boy Andrew Val. I'm a little bit under the weather tonight, so if you hear sound a little bit nasal, you know what I mean? You don't know why, you know what I mean? But anyhow, the show got to go on. I have a little bit of headache, but I'm still pushing through. Thank you guys so much. I never want to show the show up and chat. Not really chatty, but more so Shells and Gio. I'm going to invite the crew right about now. It's time to invite our crew. What's up, guys? Welcome to VAL'S Views Live. I think this is your first time, Chaddy. Welcome. Good evening. Thank you so much for making it.
Definitely my first time,
Yeah, I really appreciate you coming in. And who is that? The man in the mask. The man in the mask. Wagwan, Shells. How you doing?
I'm all right. I'm good. Good night, everybody. Good night. Good night to Hype TV. How you picture entertainment and everybody on social media. Are we to be offended by the blackface?
I'm wondering, but you know what? It kind of works.
Because blackface has an authentic blackface already, so I don't know why.
Blackface need an extra blackface, right?
I wish you were as cute as that mask is, but hey.
Whoa, Gio. Stones are being thrown right now, Gio. Are you gonna take it just like that?
Nice mask, Gio. Yeah, man. The jawline and everything,
Gio, we're not hearing you, Gio. Unmute your mic because I am not sure what is going on with your microphone.
Apologies. Me just say, the mask have the right cheekbone and the jawline well strong,
All right, guys. So tonight we have a few things. Okay, all right, cool. So we're just getting there. Thanks to all our viewers on Hype TV, how you picture entertainment. Boogs, I see you backstage, but we're not ready for you yet. So if you want to take like about 20 minutes and then come back, we really appreciate you coming on. Boogs is actually the caretaker of Ziddy, and we're going to be talking about this very interesting discussion. Topic tonight: exploitation of people with cognitive and intellectual disability for entertainment in Jamaica. We've seen it taking place for over the past 5 or even more than 5 years, but it's becoming a thing right now where a lot of people are pretty much, taking advantage of these individuals. Also tonight, we'll be talking about the update on the Jamaican student stuck in Ukraine. How did a 4-year-old student die in a teacher's car? And also, do you agree with the 28.5% minimum wage increase? All right, guys. So I think I want to start out with the Ukraine update. That's what I want to start out with first, and I think we're just going to get into that, and then after listening to the clip, then we come back and we discuss the issue. Let's take a listen. Here is a VVL Ukraine crisis update on the Jamaican students stuck in the Eastern European region. In a Jamaica Observer exclusive interview with one of the 23 Jamaican students heading out of war-torn Ukraine relates his scary experience with the newspaper. Scary, sad, overwhelming were the three adjectives that Kevon Chambers used to describe his experience as a foreigner caught in the middle of Russia's deadly military invasion of Ukraine. At 1 a.m. on Saturday, Ukraine time, 6 p.m., Friday, Jamaica time, Chambers was among 23 Jamaican students on a train heading to Poland. The charge level on his phone battery getting lower and lower, he told the Jamaica Observer that he kept ignoring calls to preserve what he could. He said in a WhatsApp text, "I'm grateful for life because I was afraid the last moment before boarding the train the most. We just didn't know when a bomb might drop. I was praying the whole time. Thank God we reached the train, so we just need him to help us continue further because I cannot manage those bomb things right now. It's scary," the university student told the Jamaica Observer via WhatsApp. He also texted, "The train was so hard to get into, people pushing and ignoring us too." Chambers said that they were advised by the Jamaican embassy in Berlin, Germany, to leave via train for Poland. However, he said they had missed an earlier train because bombs started to drop, forcing them to take shelter in one of the underground metro stations being used as bunkers. The People's National Party PNP has raised US $10,000 to assist Jamaican students trapped in Ukraine amid the Russian invasion. Party president and opposition leader Marco Golding told the media that the money is to help with transportation, food, and other necessities. The opposition leader also said he's in dialogue with Prime Minister Andrew Holness to see if the funds can be routed through the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and Foreign Trade to ensure that the efforts are coordinated and seamless. Both parties have accumulated more than US $20,000 to get the Jamaicans to safety. The Prime Minister has mobilized assistance for the students in Ukraine at approximately US $11,500. He has been doing various means of assistance through his Positive Jamaica Foundation. Meanwhile, Jamaicans across the diaspora have offered their assistance. A Jamaican organization in Florida, Jamaican Men of Florida, has offered to provide financial resources to pay airfares for stranded Jamaicans. In a news article posted by The Gleaner, the Florida-based organization, through its president, Dr. Rupert Francis, said that the students who had been stranded in the war-torn country should not have the added burden of having to pay their way home by way of a government loan. Ukraine's leader said his country won't give up its freedom. Ukraine has declared martial law and severed all diplomatic relations with Russia. It says weapons will be given to anyone who wants them. That's it for the VVL Ukraine crisis update. Back to our panel discussion. All right, guys. So that was our quick, 3 minutes update on what's taking place in Ukraine currently. Thank God that, majority of the students have been able to evacuate, leave Ukraine and heading for Poland. The last time we heard is that they actually boarded a train, as you heard in that report. But there's some form of controversy, surrounding this whole incident. And in fact, I think it's a little bit of, annoying to me. It's a little bit annoying to me because everything we insert politics, you know what I mean? And I have my 2 cents. I just want to get your guys' reaction to that. Was the government wrong in offering a loan to students after seeking, their assistance with leaving a country where a war looms, and could actually strike at any given time at the moment when they were seeking the assistance? And I have my 2 cents, and I'll just reserve that until you guys have given me your view on the situation. Do you think it was unfair? Do you think it was unconscionable and callous of the Jamaican government to have offered a loan during this time of crisis? Let me start with Shells first.
I don't know why I'm barely hearing Andrew. I don't know if I'm me alone.
I hear him, are you?
I'm hearing him, but not like loud. I don't know. My computer volume is.
All right. I don't know. Maybe I need to shout.
So what happened?
I'm under the weather. Anyhow, what I'm asking is, you heard the question, right?
Go ahead.
I'm asking, do you think it was unfair, unconscionable, callous of the government?
Yes, I think it was.
Okay.
That's
and
perfect.
explain
I
why.
think it was. Because they're students, right? And you would think that the first thing that the government would want to do is to get them out of there. I think if my memory serves me correctly, they were asked to leave prior to. And I don't know the circumstances why they couldn't have made it out before everything started going left. But alone, the government has friends everywhere. They have money themselves that they could put towards. My thing with it, Andrew, and not for these students alone, is that we have seen in the last couple, I'm talking about 2021, 2020, during the pandemic, happened with Cuba. It happened with those that tried to come in, the persons who were working overseas, who those on the ship that end up all the way back in the UK. It's always this thing for me where I'm wondering, where's the love for our citizens? Where's the love for wanting to protect your citizens first? Understand? So why not take them home with something, some understanding that when you come, we'll have a discussion and see the way forward. Why not ask for help from everybody else that you could ask for help from? Since you broke and don't have it, ask for help, but to offer a loan, would you want to take up such a loan as a student, perhaps owing school fee already as it is, having to pay tuition fee in another country as an international student? Would I likely them not rich? I'm assuming they aren't rich, and they're not having the best of time going to school in another country, paying in another currency, and all of that. So I think it was a bit cold.
I mean,
because
it is much more affordable to actually, go to school in Ukraine than in Jamaica in terms of, the facilities, especially in Jamaica and across the Caribbean. So I understand the economics behind it, though. Gio, your reaction?
I think it was definitely unconscionable. At the same time, in his defense of the proposed loan offer, when he said that in 2013, 2014, in a less tense situation, that's what had happened. I don't care when it happened. Something like this, you should not want to look at people like, well, you get stuck, war or not, considering whatever happened in 2013 it was really just bluster and, posture, and it didn't really escalate. But at the same time, you can't want to look at people like, well, you know what? We're going to save your lives, but we're going to cost you in the long run, because we're going to give you money so you can come home, but you're going to have to pay it back to us. It doesn't make sense. At the end of the day, I'm certain that the US, when they did that pull out all them troops, what I mean is for the people who got stuck, they were like, well, we're going to give you loans and see how we can get you out of there. They just got them out. It's as simple as that. You're a national, you're a citizen of the country, and in that particular case, with them being in the Ukraine, there should be as simple as, hey, make some diplomatic channels. And as a matter of fact, if the budget for them have for people within a prison in Jamaica will exceed $500 million, you're supposed to get 20-something students come at them here without even have to mention whether or not they need to pay you back.
All right. Cool. Chaddy, I'm not sure if you want to chime in on this.
For me, still, I think it was very disrespectful, isn't it? They borrow something. But then again, I'm going to be honest. I think say for weeks now, them been tell them say if come out or if try seek ways to get out. I'm not sure. I never really did a follow up that story here from scratch, but I think so. Them never tell themselves to get out. And another thing, Andrew, I put to you, is it something that we see do in other countries whenever there is a crisis like this? The government go and send a plane for them or something like that. Is it
all right?
Something that we see in other countries?
There is a policy set in place just in case. Let's say they didn't know this attack, and all of a sudden Putin just rain bombs on Ukraine, and they're stuck. Diplomatically, they're supposed to get them out, but prior to the war, they're not obligated. I get it that it's a slap in the face and to spit in the face that they offer them a loan, but it's not the government's obligation to get them out prior to the war starting. And that's the issue where I find where a lot of people don't understand how these policies are set up. And then we are going to then inject our own opinion into it. I mean, of course we have a right, but at the end of the day, the government isn't obligated. So in other words, if a tourist gets stuck in Ukraine because of this war, they knew about the war. It was pending. It was looming. They were warned. It's just that they were lax back, even in Ukraine, where I think the university had made statements whereas in, oh, don't worry about it, everything is fine. When they were in talks with the foreign affairs office in Jamaica, they actually were making preparations for them to get out by by I think a comment made by one of the students, that she was saying, in other words, I think the student is a little flip-flopper, because in one breath she's commending the Jamaican government, and then in another breath she's coming out on Twitter and calling them out. And I understand that emotions and anxiety and all of that can come into play after a while, but don't be flip-flopping. But I'm just saying this to say, Chad, yes, it is their obligation to get the Jamaicans out at this point, because there is an actual war. But 5, 6, 7 days, 2 weeks prior to the war, it's not their obligation. It's up to them to get them out. And as Shell said, it would be good, as Gia said, it would be good. Even the United States, UK, and Canada offered loans for their nationals and citizens to leave Ukraine to come home. So why are we chastising the Jamaican government for doing that? Yes, we can talk about the Ruel Reid situation. Of course, he was under a contract. To be honest with you, it's not like he's just going to get up and get free money. He was under a contract. So I don't like when people play politics. I'm not defending the government. They should have actually flown these people out, but it's not their obligation. And I think that's where I have the issue.
It should be their obligation. You're a citizen of your country, and they didn't start a war, just like how people didn't get stuck in the pandemic by their own will.
No,
So
but based
even
on
if it's
policy,
not an obligation, we need to make noise and make it an obligation.
I don't
So why am I
agree with
living
that.
paying taxes then?
No,
If I get stuck outside of my country and my country cannot send for me.
No, but Shells, you weren't stuck outside of the country when that offer was on the table, Shells. You weren't stuck yet.
No, the offer, the first time, as I remember, they asked them to find their way home, and most of them didn't have any issues with it. It's just that it was a bit difficult for them to get out, as far as I understand.
Right.
It didn't happen as planned. Whatever plan they had in place never happened. So therefore, they got stuck when all the bombing and whatever it is started, and then they couldn't get out.
No, before the bombing started, the loan was offered. So let's say they go to the table twice before the bombing, Shells. Let's say they go on.
That's not what I understood.
Get out, right? But it is there. It is their argument versus the government's argument. And let's say even if a day or two before the bombing start, they offer them a loan. I personally don't feel it is their obligation, Shells. You going on a vacation in the United States and something happens and you hear say there's a tsunami coming. It's not the government's obligation to get you out of the US when there's a tsunami coming. If a tsunami hits and you're stuck because of a natural disaster or whatever, it is their obligation based on foreign policy. And I have to call a spade a spade. We can't put every burden on the government. And that's just my take. Of course, it would have been nice if it was their obligation.
It's not the government burden. It's the burden that we pay tax money. And they're robbing enough as it is already. They keep stealing from us over. And I don't have no road. I don't have no hospital. I don't have no fire station. I don't have nothing. The least they can do is send for me if I get stuck outside my country.
And
That's
they can.
my opinion.
And they can. And they
It
can.
might sound ignorant to some people, and it might sound, oh, make you go and talk. But that's how me feel, because I live a country where all I do is pay tax and I see no rewards for it. So why am I a citizen of Jamaica then? I may as well be a citizen of the world. And anywhere I get stuck, me just go anywhere else me feel like if I don't want to come back to Jamaica.
Be
Walk
careful.
the world then and take away from the visa and everything. You understand?
Be careful of saying that, because this next clip I'm going to right now, hold on, and I see Gio laughing, so maybe he knew exactly where I was going. This young lady got stuck in Ukraine though, and she was actually expressing similar sentiments as you, Shell. Say, hey, why should I go back to Jamaica? Jamaica is a bleep old country, right? When people ask me if I'll be going back to Jamaica to work when I finish studying, I look at them like this, and that's Gio's look. Gio, give them the look, Gio. Gio, give them the look. All right, cool. So then again, she says, responding to somebody's tweet, she says that I believe you, Jamaica is a sufferation country. But yet, she's the one championing the cause. Jamaicans not doing anything to get her home. And so she had be good, huh?
Andrew, watch this on. May I show you this one? Because like me like give all sides, So you have a few people within a lot where them people that genuinely did want to go back at them yard. I mean, I said to my wife, and she was like, so how comes that? I said to her, let me show you something. Whole heap of them people here just see foreign and things say foreign night. the one detracting feature of Ukraine of us, the Ukraine and one piece of foreign where somebody will have one bag of missile and a treasure trove full of money. Want. So if him decide say, oh, me go mash up the foreign, I hate that. Some of them people are too foreign minded. You know, much of them feel like say they just are wait for say runway in Ukraine as soon as them done study. Find a one man. The problem with them have is this: Ukraine is one of the poorest country in Eastern Europe. People there Ukraine try find people in other foreign country for married to so them can run with safe.
Right.
So yeah, try run off. I wrong foreign mind yeah.
The thing is, I find it very ironic because of this post way back as far as May 20 in 2021 and December, where she made this post, and then she's the one no crying like, oh my God. I personally don't feel like you need to call on Jamaica for that. Stay where you are. The others who would want to come back home, fine. Let them come back home. But at the end of the day, I may not play the hypocrite. I don't like that idea where you chose stone behind you. You know what I mean? And people always say, oh, you live a foreign. So all your comment pan Jamaica thing and Geo, I always say this to them. When push come to shove, a Jamaica me yard, me never chose stone behind me, no matter if me live a Europe or me live in America. You know why? Because when things like these are happening, Jamaica is the place where you have to go back to. So don't come tell me about me can't talk about Wagwan Jamaica, because me I make sure say Jamaica is good, should in case me have to return. We've been talking about this young lady for a very, very long time, for the past couple of weeks. And her comment on Twitter, I think, is too like a crystal can't get the ghetto out of her. And I think this is just the low of the low. How do you know life is hard in this country when a young Jamaican is willing to take their chances in World War III rather than come home? So, Shells, isn't this kind of sound contradicting that a lot of the students did not want to come home based on us saying the government offered them a way to come home and they choose not to? See, Crystal look like she confirmed it. See, a lot of them never want to come home. Them never want to move because a lot of issues. And I understand it. But at the end of the day, a war alone, and you get the opportunity to come and you know leave. Whose fault is that?
Andrew, did they not leave, or is it that they couldn't leave at the time?
Well, a lot of factors came into play. Some wanted to leave and some didn't want to leave. Some had excuse about leaving their fiancé, their animals. They didn't want to get expelled from the school. And then the administration wrote them and say, if you leave, then you'll be expelled. So that's why I said there's a bunch of factors coming out. Some people wanted to leave because on Twitter and on social media, you see where family members come out from different students saying, oh, they wanted to leave. They made arrangements to leave. The school is one issue, and some people never want to leave totally. Right. So that's the issue. There was a whole heap of conflict going back and forth. So that's why I say it is not fair to look and say the government, because come on, let's be fair. You know, when me I beat the government, me beat them bad.
Yeah, I was 100% certain say that I have a lot of them where I did little after school benefits them away upon. And I'm not beat nobody else, you know. You see, if I saw them decide, but they should have made smarter choices. I mean, if I was going to pick a country, I would not pick Ukraine. But
to do what?
And then at the same time too, when you see Crystal post that, I mean, like, one for a former candidate running for sit in a parliament and make a post like that, it's like at some point you want to weigh the words that you throw out there, because you and your social media posts are a representation of what is. And me hate this thing that people do, and them try and make it seem like, say, Jamaica are the worst of the worst. Because they shall say, oh, because Jamaica is so bad that someone wanted to risk
all a political job, bro, and that's what I don't like.
Sitting in a war-torn country, if you not go back at them here. No. How about you and your antiquated old dinosaur friend them with the by top I structure, stop thief the money and put the money where the money is supposed to go, so that nobody now has to try risk sit down in a World War III. If you know, say yeah. No, people have a lack of opportunity. Jamaica, the country isn't hard. People have a lack of opportunity because people like she and her friend them, I keep the money up in the top and make it seem like, say, oh yeah, you know, and then post things like that willy-nilly on social media because I have the time and I can say what I want to say because I'm okay.
No, because you're on the other side of the fence and your party is not coming under pressure. You see where Mark Golding, I commend Mark Golding for doing this though. I must say that. But however, I'm going to be very, very, very frank. It's just an
Politics again.
indirectly buying votes, of course. Andrew Holness played the chess game by 1 up. Well, 1.5 up on Mark. He gave 11,500 US. Mark gave 10.
Chess
That's all a
game.
big game.
Chess
I ramp with people
it's
life.
just them just feel like some people life for just ramp with one big chess game. But
How long?
tell you what,
Yes,
if
Shadi, go
I
ahead.
were though is if I were those students,
Mm-hmm.
I would tell them yes, I'll take the loan. I don't know it to pay back because it is a loan. But that
Mm-hmm.
choppy line.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know it to pay back.
Exactly. I
I
mean, hey,
mean that was one of the things where I kind of discouraged with the parents and students because I'm gonna say them are, I mean it's a life and death situation, right? And you get the opportunity say to pay back some loan. I mean, take the loan where you want to dead over there. Take the loan and then we query that and fight over it and say nah pay it back and them something there. Life and death thing man, take the loan. But
yeah.
the loan is a spitting at the face there.
It is. I agree. I agree. You know what I mean? It is definitely, I think unconscionable. Straight up. I
And
mean,
and and
you know,
and the one up something there where Andrew come back and go, it is despicable. Like
I can't believe the man got 11
Oh,
point.
you raised 10? We have
I'm going
11. We have 11,500.
and
You wanna know what
and
else about it?
and if
I
the
can guarantee
opposition,
you. Oh,
sorry,
sorry, Charlie. No, go
if
ahead.
the opposition really wanted to get them out, they would have put up that $10,000 when the planes were in operation. They got at least a day or 2 days or so when they know said things are gonna crumble before, because the loan argument was floating around like 2 days or 3 days prior to the $10,000 argument. So it's just to score political points,
But it's
and
not
then
their
end up get.
obligation, though. It's not, again, it is not the opposition's obligation to do what
Yes,
the
but
government
but
is responsible for.
we still do not like when you're playing with people life like that, by playing politics. It
No,
is
me
a
agree with you,
disrespect to
bro.
the students, and it is
Agree.
a disrespect to the parents and the
You
family.
know why, you know why I love Charlie Point? When I heard my wife playing the video, right? I didn't even watch it. When I heard, "Hi, my name is Mark Golding, President of the People's National Party." In the back of my mind, I'm like, Negro, this is not a campaign. You don't need to announce who you are because we see
Exactly.
you on
Everybody
TV
know
long
who
enough
you
to
is.
know who you are. And we don't need to know your title because people see you on TV long enough to know exactly who you are yet again. It's just as simple as we've gone ahead and we've raised some funds and we just want to make it known that the funds are available. I don't need to know who you are and which organization you come from because I just point say I try score. I want to get your name out there. So when
All
I
right.
heard when I heard the intro, I was like, I'm already not. I don't care. No.
All right. We're kind of out of time for this. Thank you for your comments, guys. Thank you so much. I want to touch into this one real quick. The 4-year-old child that was found dead in the teacher's car. I'm not sure as to what's happening. And I asked Shells to kind of give us an update as to what's happening. I'm not sure if she get any additional information other than what's circulating on social media. Shells, what's the latest you're hearing in this situation?
It's the same thing. The latest is that they'll be investigating. They're waiting an autopsy result to confirm how the child died. When it just happened, that we all heard that a 4-year-old child died in a teacher's car, and everybody was like, one more child died within weeks of each other. This is happening, you know. Is this a trend? Yeah, I even said to somebody that a lot of times when these things happen, it's like suicide. One happen, and then you get a trend of it happening for a little bit, and then it eases up, only to find out that from the relatives, the father was interviewed, and I think an aunt. So the relatives of the little boy is saying that the teacher, because the information was so vague that they gave us initially, was just that the child was locked in the teacher's car and then it, was taken to the hospital and pronounced dead, and it was vague. But then the relatives are saying that she was the one who took up that child and two other children, took them to school. The part that hit me the most was when they said that the teacher is the 4-year-old's teacher. So they even showed a picture of the little boy the morning he was dressed for school, and they were saying that his clothing was dirty. That when they went to look for him, his clothing was dirty. But the part that stopped me the most is that it's his teacher. So even if she bought 3 of them, and maybe children know they just run out of the car and gone about the business. If that 4-year-old was left in the car, say another child slammed the door and that one was left in there. We know women, we know people who own vehicles. Her handbag would be on the seat beside her. Her shoes would more than likely be in the vehicle, and she would at least look back in the car to take her handbag or whatever out and see the child, even if he fell asleep on the back seat. If not, say for instance, she had everything and she just grabbed him and come out late. She was his teacher. Didn't she see him in class and say, oh, but where is so-and-so? He should be in class. Go check for him because you brought him to school. And that was the part that I thought initially when it happened, she took them somewhere on a trip and brought them back. I didn't get the impression that she was the one who picked them up from them home.
Right.
And took them to school. And that was the only child that was missing. One of the hands said one of the arms was set a funny way, and one of the legs set a funny way. They're not sure. On social media, everybody is saying something is not right with the teacher's story. The relatives are saying when they went to the school to ask questions and to speak to like the principal and whoever else, they're not getting anywhere. I don't know if up to this minute they got a chance to speak to the teacher. I think news is going on now or would have finished somewhere, so I haven't seen any updates where that is concerned, if they got to speak to anybody and what was the story that they were told. So the child was brought to the Bustamante Hospital for children and was pronounced dead there. Social media is going crazy and people are not having it. And I hope the teacher is safe or she finds somewhere safe to be right now, because it seems like even if the relatives are not interested, those on social media
Would
are
want
not,
to.
yes, they are not having it. So I hope, in my mind, I'm saying something was off with the story. And I was thinking that if something happened, wouldn't her conscience have made her, seeing that she's a teacher and she children is what she doing. Not talking about young adults or even 4-year-old children. Those are the ages that she teach. Did she sleep in her bed? Well, last night that she couldn't wake up this morning and speak. What really happened to that child? Every teacher marks a register, Andrew. I can tell you 2 times for the day.
Right.
And the part of the story were shocking is when they said that they only discovered that the child was missing when the aunt went to pick up the child and didn't find the child and reported to other family members to find out if the child was with them, only for the grandmother to be told that the child will soon come. She and the child will soon get there. Time run off again, they haven't showed up, they call again, they heard, oh, the child gone to the hospital. And it would appear as if they got the wrong name of the hospital that the child went to, because they discovered that the child was taken to the Bustamante Hospital for Children.
All right.
So that's a double dose of not getting the child. Morning register, what about afternoon register? You brought the child to school. How did the child go missing and you didn't recognize? So I don't know.
All right. So we're going to keep check on that. So hopefully by next week or so on, we will do a follow-up on this one, because we're kind of out of time for this segment. I want to get into, thank you though, Shells, for your update on that, because I was a little bit confused as to what was going on, you know what I mean? And I'm happy that you kind of bring me up to, bring me some update on what's happening. All right, cool. So we're sorry, I got a little sidetracked just now to bring up this flyer. The exploitation of people with cognitive and intellectual disability for entertainment in Jamaica. That's what we're looking at right now. And standing by backstage, we have Ziddy's former manager, and I think his caretaker, or someone who was his caretaker rather. So we're not sure what's going on with Zidi right now. His story is the main story surrounding this discussion. However, we're going to talk about Mackerel, we're going to talk about Rose, we're going to talk about Jamaican Michael Jackson and all the others. But before we do so, guys, please, we ask you to comment, like, and share. And please go ahead and follow us if you haven't yet followed us on Facebook, and also please go ahead and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Thank you to all our viewers locked in on Hype TV, how you picture entertainment in Jamaica and across the Caribbean. All right, Shadi, I invited you tonight because you're a YouTuber and you pretty much, create content, and sometimes your content involves these social media sensations, but we want to shine light on the fact that these people are indifferent. And in Jamaica, we're somewhat ignorant when it comes to dealing with these people with intellectual disability. We sometimes think it's funny and we sometimes abuse them. I am not saying that anything is wrong with helping them to make money from being funny or going on a show, or if they have a special talent, because not because they're indifferent, it doesn't mean that they're not talented. My issue is when you exploit these individuals for your own benefit in the name of entertainment. Sometimes they're even worse psychologically after you have done with them prior to you even picking them up and trying to make them into a superstar. Tonight, the former manager of Zidi, sorry, and his caretaker, they're on here tonight. So let me first invite the former manager. Sir, can you tilt up the camera for me, please, so that we can see your face, so we don't want nobody thinks say I hide.
No,
Well,
man,
go
never
on.
that, man. I'm there,
Welcome,
man.
boss.
Blessed
Well,
night to everyone.
blessings to you, boss.
Blessed,
All right.
blessed.
Blessings to you too. Thanks.
All right, so next to me is Shelly, then Chaddy, a famous YouTuber, and of course, you don't know, Real Jamaican, one of our co-hosts here on VAL'S Live podcast. And we're not here to beat you, boss, as I said to you before, but we're going to talk the hard facts and we're going to reason, right?
True.
What's the latest with the Ziddy situation?
Well, the latest is him old man require him back,
Mhm.
and we give him back. We give him back. Him require documents as well. I'll give those back as well, and we don't even know what's it there right now. We just know same ask him back and we give him back. But from what me I hear, he's not with his father who asked him back. So that's it. That's the latest for me, so far.
All right, here we go on. I am going to I'm going to play this clip first, and I think thank you for that. I just wanted to know if you guys are in contact with Ziddy. But
No.
here is a clip that is circulating on social media of his dad coming out and asking back, well, not asking back for his son, but rather saying that you guys are not sharing the spoils. And let's take a listen, and then we discuss after we come back.
Can I hear the audio, Andrew?
Not hearing the audio, Andrew.
It's just who came out way. Whether it's twisted, I tell you, trust me. We don't know where this is going to be. I tell you, man, is that the way you are doing, like, about some documents and everything. I'm going to say, you message back and forth, and I said, really? And it's no, we have no reply back. I'm don't know where you want to go. All the man is just a use the son and do whatever do with just hurt to be people and tell you, you know, about somebody has to something, something, trust me.
All right. First thing first, let me apologize for that audio issue earlier. I don't know what happened.
That was weird. Picking it up.
I don't know what happened, but I apologize for that audio issue, guys.
Yeah.
Meds,
Yes, sir.
he said that you guys were pretty much exploiting his son. Is that true?
Never that. Never that, my G. Remind you, when me meet Ziddy, if you know what I'm saying, me Ziddy like 2 years ago, I visit Jamaica. That's what I say. And it was a local youth I take on to fast because him funny. That's what I say, him funny and him do stuff make people laugh, whether him dance or sing over a different artist song in a theme way. Him just make you laugh and things so. I take on to him fast. And like everywhere I go, as I made show you earlier, everywhere I go, look at you just want to go. And I never ever shun him or tell him no. I always invite him, say, yeah man, come. Studio, yeah, shopping, food, lunch, whatever, come. You get what I say? And then I find out who are really in family, which is some people I know. You get me, I'm approach him and make him know, say, yo, such and such, say they love their own me. But I mind have him, have him at my place because him love Daddy. And him say, yes, take him. See him documents, I take him. Documents as in him birth paper. So if somebody give you them some such and such birth paper, that means them give rights to him. You get me? I'm gonna take it with a open arm because we come someone old lady, I do them thing there. I take in kids like that when I have nothing or no family. And me get that from her, so I'm taking me in. Even though I live a foreign and my sister they on the ground, my brother them they on the ground, and I know see them can govern him. To have a big yard with whole heap of love, whole heap of room and stuff. I will give him one. You get what I say? So it was
So
just that.
so you didn't take up the full responsibility as a caretaker just because Ziddy have become popular. It was
Never that, because I me make him popular. Never that. And my proud to say it, man, hype or, you get what I say, I cloud chasing. No, never that. Because I manage other artists, I'm an artist myself. Say never that. You get what I say, I just love for him. When me did that, come call him a little brother, I'm calling me in big brother.
so
So
when
why
he
is it
said,
now we just hear from the father?
Good question. Good question, my G. Out of nowhere, cause me there and my sister called me, which is the one who really dead with him. I make sure say him eat and such and such. She called me and said, no, say Ziddy father called me. No, a lie. Ziddy dead with her, and then all of a sudden police come up at the yard and say, Ziddy father send for move out. He might go with different people and he want documents. And me I say documents and him not call me, I say nothing to me. And we're not an argument, remind you, we're not an argument, no altercation, nothing. Out of nowhere.
So
that's strange. All right.
this go ahead, Andrew.
No, I'm just letting the viewers know that Meds is at work. So if you hear some talking in the background, it's because he's taking time out of his work schedule to actually speak with us, and we really appreciate that. Go ahead, Shadi. You're about to ask him a question.
So you think that this the likes on social media, the comments, the viral videos, because Ziddy got a lot of viral videos, and thought
True.
that those equal to dollar figure?
Well, if you're asking about if that's the reason why him approach me like that, but I
Yeah.
say yes. But I say yes, my G. You get me? Cause a lot of people get it confused. Like if them see 100,000 views, them feel like okay, you have $100,000. No,
Yeah, man,
never
we are
that. Cause
YouTuber, we know it go.
exactly. So I manage every social media for Ziddy and me manage. The only thing Ziddy not have is a WhatsApp. Honestly,
Are you going
him
are
have
you gonna give him back in page, oh?
honestly, me I go and watch it. Cause I believe in a time. I'm a believe in a Father God. I believe same I go come back. Cause I'm taking before and I'm come back. And as I'm come back, I'm calm, the FaceTime, everything like we see each other and say, Meds, loud, Meds, I come back home. And them take him again. This is the second time them take him. So I believe same I go come back. That's why I'm not even do nothing yet.
All right, I would agree with Shadi with asking if you think that the dad's video was all about trying to set a narrative that you guys are exploiting the son, and he doesn't approve of it. First of all, that's a fake video. It's fake crying. It's
Facts.
well, it's well made up. And I mean, I'll
Mm-hmm.
go out on a limb and say that's not real. That's not genuine. And I'm going to use your word that you said that pretty much he gave you the full responsibilities. In other words, when somebody pass over birth certificate to someone,
Mm-hmm.
it's almost like you adopted him. It's just that it
Exactly.
wasn't done
It wasn't
in,
on
in
paperwork.
paper. Right. So he
Yeah.
gave up. He gave up. And you said that he had other siblings,
Kids.
kids that he had to be,
Yeah.
dealing with, and he just couldn't handle Ziddy. All right, I get it. So that's all fake, and we can see through things on here. And one thing with this program is that we keep it real. We don't try to throw anybody under the bus. We know from the show it look as if money was being made and all of that.
Mm-hmm.
Now, we were hoping that you guys weren't exploiting Ziddy, and this is the only way we can prove it, is to have your sister come in now and then speak of her experience and what she has
All right.
done
Take
so
care.
far for the past couple of 2 years now. You guys have been taking care
Yeah.
of him, and it's your sister who mainly does the
There with him.
caretaking. Okay, all
Yeah.
right, cool. So I'm going to invite your sister in now so that she could speak. Hello, sis, good evening. I can't hear you. See if, well,
Check the mic.
you're probably gonna have to log out and log back in. Log out, and log back in, really. And yeah, all right, cool. So,
And
Meds,
hello, hello.
go ahead, Chaddy. Go on.
Now I was advising my sister to click allow because it happened to me earlier on where I didn't click allow on the phone for the microphone.
Okay.
Okay.
Shells,
There's
is there
a
anything you
pop-up
want
that
to
says
add?
allow.
Because I know, and I know you sometimes kind of look at it from a different perspective. I'm not sure if there's anything you want to add to this discussion.
I am just shocked because I haven't heard his dad or anybody or seen much happening where that is concerned on social media. And then I just saw this video popped up and I'm like, I am so confused, honestly, wondering what's happening because the last time I heard him, I don't know. I am so confused. I'm just trying to get what's happening from
Okay,
his point of view.
all right.
And I agree that the
May, may,
video
may,
is not it's not
Yeah,
genuine
genuine. Yeah.
like what is the
while
content of the
while
video is not a genuine one. Yes, Shadi?
while I didn't make a vlog about it or did a report on it. I follow the story good because quite frankly I'm a big fan of Ziddy. You see me from Ziddy going at the force, we see a big difference. I don't know if you come up with a picture or what.
Yeah.
You
All
see me?
captions, all of that. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's a youth when me see him a do him thing and me I congratulate him from a distance.
Yeah.
Question. How old is Ziddy?
Go again.
Hi.
Oh, she's
All
in
right,
now.
sis. Yeah,
Oh,
Chaddy, remember your question,
oh.
Chaddy. But we just want to
Remember
sis.
it, man.
Hey,
Remember
man.
it.
What's up, sis? Welcome to VVL podcast.
Hi.
Thanks for coming in. All right, we see you made a video on social media. Well, you and Meds, and you were explaining, the role that you play in Ziddy's life for the past 2 years. Kind of tell our viewers and our viewers on Hype TV and also on Facebook and YouTube. You were his a caretaker, right?
Right.
And what was the relationship between you two like?
Ah, to be honest, Ziddy became family. Like he became this person where you just have to love him.
Mhm.
I remember the first time he came there. I said, Ziddy, why you come from here? Go home, meds not day here. And him said, no, me I stay. And me I said, no, you have to go home. And I said, why you want to stay? Him say, because him auntie have him asleep in a passage and him no want to sleep in a passage. So him sleep with me that night there. I don't remember who it was called me, but somebody see him on the road and bring him to me. Right? And after that, it's like me and him just develop a relationship like I don't even know how to explain. Like it break me really and truly because it's not like say when I love him or whenever did I take care of him or none of them somebody him father just do this out of nowhere. And to be honest, me I tell you, it break me. It really break me. Me and Ziddy relationship is like Ziddy call me mommy.
Mhm.
Mommy. So you must know the bond when me and Ziddy have. You get what me I say? So for the father just come out of nowhere and it's like we're confused. It's like we wonder what is it? We're here. We're cool. It's not like we're not cool. We are cool. If Ziddy do something or if Ziddy is supposed to go perform and we can't get Ziddy to go perform, we'll call the father and say, listen, you have to talk to him because him don't want do it, him don't want go, him don't want do the ads, none of that. And him off it up on the phone like, my youth here when the people them talk to you, you know want get bigger, you know want things start going for you, you know want this, you know want that. You get what me I say? So for no out of nowhere him come and just be like, I want Ziddy and we are get money for Ziddy and him not getting the money. Is like, what?
Hold on. So his dad was always there, even though you guys had, full responsibility, but his dad would be involved. Because, for example, you said that you would call the dad to have him visit it.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Okay. When you say that he wouldn't want to, hold on, Shells. When you say that he wouldn't want to do ads or promo ads or do a show, what do you mean? Like is he moody? What I mean?
Yes, he's moody, and you have to know for deal with Ziddy because Ziddy is special, right? He's a special kid, so you have to know how to deal with him. So sometimes when I realize that him no want to come, I say don't talk to me, and when I vex with him like, all right, me I go do it because he realize say I'm mad and him don't want me to be mad. You understand? So, or sometimes when I say, Ziddy, listen, you have to do it because you're going to need to get this. You say you want your PlayStation 4, you're going to need to get it. You say you want this, you say you want that. So, me have to like talk to him, them look away the face. Him say, all right, then, him going to do it. Or sometimes I have to get the father on the phone but say, talk to him because really and truly, I don't want to be a bad person to Ziddy as it relates to forcing him to do stuff he don't want to do. You understand? Mm-hmm. So before it reach on that level, I just make him father, deal with him and say, listen, talk to him, let him know, say, Ziddy, you have to do this because this is what you want to do. So you have to do it, you have to put in the work so you can get money.
A lot of people would say that you pretty much use reverse psychology, which would be a form of psychological abuse, though, with you telling him, oh, I'm upset with you, you need to do it. I get it. And this is why we have this discussion, because a lot of Jamaicans, we don't know how to deal with, people that are indifferent. And that's why we try to have this discussion. But for some people sitting up, because I know me a Jamaican, I know so when people take up people, especially when they're indifferent, it must be love. Because as your brother said, it is never since him become famous, y'all took him in. Y'all took him in before him become famous. So I wouldn't beat you on to say, boy, you no did that though. Of course, it's your opportunity, and you guys wanted to make sure that you guys would do the best or offer the best to Ziddy. Shells, you were going to ask a question before I actually, asked the last question. Were you?
But Chaddy has one to remember. Chaddy was asking one before. I wanted to know for certainty. Hold on, Chaddy. Just
so you guys
had the total care for him, meaning his food, all of that. You took care of that.
Right.
Okay.
And Ziddy is not like me and you would like eat a regular
everything.
a regular menu. But a lot of people don't know that Ziddy don't eat certain things. Right? Ziddy is not somebody where going to eat rice and chicken or he want a chicken leg or Ziddy is not that child. Ziddy want macaroni and cheese. Ziddy want ramen noodles. Ziddy want ensure those kind of stuff.
One Ziddy.
I wonder if people know that sometimes when people are in desperate situations, all we do it. Something happen, we have a bill to pay, we have something to do. We sit down and we analyze everything that we can do to get that money or to get that thing. And it just seemed to me, this just crop up right now, I could be wrong, as if the father was in a state of desperation and his only source that he could think about
what I said
was his son, and therefore him just run in on that and say what can.
Or
or somebody else.
Or
Yeah.
Shells, it could be that Meds are foreigner. Let me leave
That
it
a
right.
one. That a just
Let me
one.
leave,
That a
let me
just
leave it right
one.
there. Let
That
me leave
just
it.
one.
We're Jamaican Shells, and we
Yeah,
know the
big up.
thing, and we keep it real, you know. Chaddy,
Yeah.
hold on, Gio. I mean, you've been very silent since we start this discussion, boss. Or you just
No,
observe? Put on back your
no,
boss
me
and
that,
just chill. Why
me
not?
that, me that, no, me that pay attention because, um, for one, the whole topic itself, exploitation of like people with, like low cognitive processing skills and all them things.
Mhm.
That's something for me where me and my wife we see it all the time. I know it's not Jamaica people do it, right? But the thing is, right?
Right.
Yeah, so for some people it borders on inclusivity and whether or not you're trying to help someone who does have a neurodiverse mind to express themselves and be a part of the whole, or whether or not it's a me using this person because I know that this person is going viral and they can make money with this person.
Mm-hmm.
So you see it in many forms, whether or not people decide to use someone that has a neurodiversity, or even people that on TikTok. The amount of people when me see on TikTok where take somebody where dead for them and use that to go viral. I mean I say,
Facts.
I mean I try to figure out like what really I go on. I'm mourn, or yeah, try use your dead
Yeah,
dog to
get
take an
popular. Yeah.
I whole heap of
Right.
them things and say. So whenever I see these particular scenarios, I like to be sure, right? So I was just listening because that's something me personally, I don't like to see it when it happens because the first thought come to me is, all right, who set this up now? But in this particular case, doesn't seem to be the case. Somebody just want to listen to him.
True.
Right. Chaddy.
All right, as I say, me have Alexa question, so that means me I go too
Shot
far. You see
man,
me?
shoot them man.
How old is it?
19.
He's 19.
Just turned
Okay, so
19.
if Ziddy is 19, why it would be a problem if you guys keep Ziddy, and if he love being around you guys see him because he's at that legal age where him can decide himself,
Make a
right?
decision. Right.
True.
Yes.
No,
So
no. He
No,
has a
but
disability.
Well, I
He
know.
has a disability, so he need to be cared for. So him
Good
can't
answer.
make
Good
that
answer.
decision at
That's
all.
that's 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 one. And
Legally, he's
remind
not
you,
able to decide certain things for himself.
Because he probably still thinks like a 13-year-old or probably a
Right,
10-year-old.
right,
younger,
yeah,
right,
younger,
right.
you are
Even
younger.
younger. Right.
yeah.
Right.
You know what I say? So him father still, as I'm saying, him know of him father. So him would be the person who make certain decisions same way. You get what I say? If we are gonna make a move or whatever, we still call him and say, who wants it if him a go to a country and get a book into a country, I make you know. Just like that. We make you know everything. So he's a man where him not physically dead, but on the phone, yeah, we get him and we make him know. Okay with everything.
wait,
No issues.
But I saw none him live bad. So if him wants
It's
a
not
thing,
no,
him
no,
could
I do not
just
live
no.
bad.
Hold on. I just want you to get the irony. Or what them call it? What them use the word? Gio,
What's
help me.
that?
irony.
What's that?
Sarcasm.
As
Hey
I was
go?
being sarcastic
Oh,
when I say
sarcasm.
that.
Okay,
Yes,
okay.
If
sarcasm.
him
Okay,
need
cool,
a
cool, cool,
thing,
cool.
I saw you and him live bad when could just link and say, yo, you know, say me in a one spot. Me so and so.
exactly.
That's what I say too. Exactly
Exactly.
what I say too. Cause before even see get a dime, me I talk about a dime Jamaican if it were nothing. Me I send bread to him. Me I send bread out of my hard work in 95, go get him. And for put clothes on Ziddy back and food on him plate.
But the last video I see with Ziddy is not him father care him.
What was the last video?
I saw a video probably 2 days ago or yesterday where
Why when I beat the
some
drum?
elderly people, no, before that, some elderly people like him their own, like them not look
Mm-hmm.
like him father. And like
No,
him, I say, them
those are
people here,
the sign where him give to where him sign
But
over.
this is what
So
I
Maria
say
just
no.
said, Maria, what she said,
yeah, break up, me not hear you.
You hearing me?
yeah, no, yeah.
Yeah,
I'm saying those persons that you saw Ziddy with was the same people them when father signed him over to.
Exactly. Exactly. Cause
so let
him
me
take
get this straight. Him take him from the care of you guys.
and bring them over there so.
Right.
Bring him over this, yeah. But
So
never
the,
statement.
the,
Hold
the,
on,
the
my G. Hold on, my G. Hold on, my G. Sorry,
all
me
right,
not cut
go
you.
on.
More I make
No
this
man, do
clear.
your
Cause more
thing.
you know who is them. I'm sure Val
Mm-hmm.
want to know as well. So them come in play where whenever they want to do no music, it was just comedy, and that's it. The amount of producer link we and say them want to pan a rhythm, want to pan a rhythm. I'm shun them say no, I don't want to do no music. I just comedy and enough for people laugh and fun. Until one particular producer link me and I don't want to disclose her name there. But anyway, I'm link me, I'm say, you know what, I'll give it a try, cause I love music. And I'm always there with me in the studio when
Yeah,
we are
yeah, yeah,
Jamaican.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah,
So
yeah,
even when them sing
yeah,
alkaline, all of them think them sing it all time hard. Is what me I say, I'm saying,
yeah.
no, I give that try. So said so don't we get a nice hit song which is Wind Up Yourself. I don't know if you know we have it, but Wind Up
Mm-hmm.
Yourself, we get it and it a go on good in the street and be a producer start link up now more. So this particular person link now, which is Hot Topic, the youth them do this feature with shake it. I was alright, we're gonna run with it. Give him the feature. Them want him to promote on the road certain night and thing. I was alright, cool. Until one day my sister called me. I want to move forward. Sister called me and said, Ziddy not come home. I said, what do you mean Ziddy not come home? She said, yeah, because them taking 2 days now and them not bring him back. She called them and I ask them, what go on? Them I say, Ziddy, I them have Ziddy now. The father okay with it. That's it. That's it.
So them are hot topic. The
Hot
elderly
Topic, the
people,
youth
I'm
name.
say.
The youth, no, the youth, when do the song with name Hot Topic, the Rasta youth. When they room,
Yeah.
him do the song with name Hot Topic. But the people, I guess, I don't know which video that we really talk about, but in management, Hot Topic management, basically, I guess him contact the father or whatever, and to me, I just bribery. Him just bribe him one time.
I mean, I know, but Ziddy, I want cool you, you see me?
We are say man, my G man,
Cool
multi-talented. And me,
you.
I give him that word there, I give him that name there, multi-talented. Are you that?
Yeah, man.
I'ma tell him, say me I gotta bring him to the
Eh,
world and see it there. The world know him. And the world want to see him.
the day him sing the alkaline song, it was literally mumbling, not get one lyrics correct. And me I tell you, it go viral. The people
It
and they
go
love it. Me
viral.
love it too.
Brother,
It come
when
like
my
it sound
caption, as
better
I'm
than the
say,
alkaline.
see there, you're on the city page right now, my G. Every caption where you see, my right, because I'm in control of the page. I know joke thing. I'm going to say Mr. Viral, as some call him Mr. Viral, because every video I post, a viral it go.
I mean, Ziddy, I find him to
Ziddy
be
again.
very, I find him to be very hilarious, though. You know what I mean? And as I said, we watch him in this house, and it's very. I'm very disappointed that he's in the mix of all of this back and forth, the battle between his father and his now caretakers and stuff, and
No,
it
no, no, sorry for
ultimately.
cutting. No, we just want the people to know. Come say it already. Sorry for cutting, but we're not fight him. We're not as much as I love to say me I fight him. I'm not fight him. I'm not fight him, my G.
Meaning that you're not physically combating with
No,
his
we're
parents,
not fight him.
but
No, we're not fight him.
but there is something going on though between his
Yes.
father Ziddy, and because even a voice note leak. What was that voice note about? Because I haven't listened to the voice note, but I was told about a voice note.
Sister talk.
Okay. So the voice note now was when Ziddy come back after a topic say them have Ziddy now and the old police scenario and them gone with Ziddy and whatever. We say okay fine. Ziddy come back and we say I said to him, I said Ziddy, this is too much. And your father paint a picture as if we just take you out of nowhere and have you at the yard, hold you at stage, one ransom or something. You understand? And he must say, me I said to him, Ziddy, you have to go home. I don't want you to go. Nobody wants you to go, but you have to go. Because, I mean, sometimes certain things you can just let it go instead of your back and forth. They're on social media trying to bash me, trying to bash my brother, them walking on the streets, attack, tarnish your name, attack all kind of things. And My family don't live like that. You understand? It's just pure love from we. So we now go back and forth with nobody. So when I said to Ziddy that night, saying, Ziddy, you have to go. He cried. Lone tears. Lone. I cried. He cried. I cried. Lone tears. I said, Ziddy, it is time to go. You have to go. And him cry and him cry and him cry and him cry. So till I start worry to myself. And I say, no, say, it's like me, I said to myself, say, no, just tell him, say, all right, then you have to stay. Because I don't want to know, say, him, because he's sick and I don't know what can happen. I don't want to know, say, him go in bed and then, you know, something happen to him. You understand? Because him a cry, like, him really a cry. Couple days after that, no. Go ahead.
No, go ahead. No. You go ahead because
Okay.
you're telling the story.
Couple days after that, now we'll see a next video on social media stating, Muhammad, my son documents and what have you. So I went down to the station, right? Because things starting to get violent. So I went down to the station. He sent a voice note to my brother phone stating
Were you getting threats?
Yes, we got the father and every other people where him know or whosoever them want be send threat on social media. The father sent a voice note stating that people is going to get hurt more. So I'm sorry then before it reached that's how we're gonna carry got the station. Bring him got the station along with his documents. The father never turn up. We go back down at the station. The father end up come at the station and my family them did I say, oh, like in TR and all of them, some of them I said, don't give me because I only look about it. Really and truly, I will look about it. But just to avoid all of that, where I say, all right, then just make it go on. Right? The father come at the station and say, the documents him want. That same night, I said, take Ziddy and go on with Ziddy. Ziddy crying at the station and saying, don't want to go. He want to come with me. And the father walked out of the station and said to Ziddy, say, wait till I hold you. Watch me go do you. And the people them from the community said, girl, take him and go on with him because if him hold him, he might go beat him bad.
But legally, you couldn't hold on to him though, and that's the messed up part about it. Legally, you just
That's the
couldn't.
messed up part.
You know, yeah.
So
Right.
so before you guys intervene in Ziddy life and stuff, was he being physically abused?
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
based on what
We hear
I
that.
heard,
We hear
people
that a lot.
saying him father beat him real bad. Like him before him granny passed, the granny did not take care of him. And they must say one time him not here or so, him father beat him like kick him, box him, you can't do him like that.
Exactly.
So
One
Can tell me himself.
have
One
there
night,
been any formal report of this?
I don't know, and to be honest, we are at that time we never want to get into the family thing because I am family. So at the family them did have to deal with that. You understand? If them want to report him, that's a for them business. You get what me I say? Me and Ziddy go at it like me I say, Ziddy you need for take a shower and whatever and get mad and him would have him tablet and me I say, give me the tablet. When you take the shower, you get it back. Cause you have to deal with him like a child because his brain is not like me and you. You understand?
Yeah.
And him would say, all right, me I go bed. One night, him come in and him a come out and me I say, Ziddy, where you go? And him say, him a go back outside. I say, no, you not go back outside. You need to take a shower and all of that. Him throw juice for me. Like literally,
Really?
throw him a drink of soda and literally wet me up. I'm a whole and pan him and I say, Ziddy, what you do? What you do? And he must say, me nah go bed. I'm just, it's like, sometimes I want like just leave him alone and then another time I say no. Because I know him special. So I have to know how to deal with him. I have to have patience to deal with him.
Deal with him, yeah.
So
And
did you
they
guys
never have
understand?
that.
Did you guys understand the level of care that is required for Ziddy when you first actually took up the responsibility of taking care of him?
Well, actually, no. I reached out to the father because I wanted to know what was Ziddy sick with, what was his sickness. I need to know. So if anything happened, me know how to deal with it. The
Mm-hmm.
father don't even know. The father don't even tell me what happened to Ziddy.
That one
What
thing him
was
know
Ziddy
about him own
diagnosed with
opinion.
from birth? The
He
father
doesn't
don't
Yep.
know this.
tell me that.
Where's his mom?
That's crazy. Hold on. That's crazy when you bring up that. I'm just think about her. And the first time I ever speak to Zidi's mother was yesterday. She reached out to me. I'm gonna speak to her, and she had a lot to say, man. She had so much to say.
As in why she's not involved?
Yes, she tell me straight up. She tell me straight up, say yes, she wasn't there because the father and his mom fight her out
Okay.
of his life.
Mm. That's kind of strange because usually it's the woman that would you
Care
know,
for the child. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. You know what I feel? And Shells, we always use feelings sometimes to accompany our views, is that the mother ran away because of his situation. And the father, I think, did the same. And the grandmother is the one that was left with the burden. And after her
Left with the
passing,
baby.
yeah, and after her passing, the dad had to you know, I don't know. I don't know. It's very,
After his grandmother passed,
mhm.
no
No
one
one care. No
was
one care.
here.
No
Nobody
one care.
cared. I remember one day.
Thank you.
I remember one day I was at my house and Zidi auntie, which is him father's sister, called me and said to me that she hears says Zidi drop down a town and me must go look at him to Zidi as a auntie. As a auntie, she got the call and she get a call and call me. When the time you walk and look for my number, you could have go look what happened to him because you know exactly where he was. You
Right.
understand? No family cared, nobody cared. And me, I went to town, me go for Zidi. Fever kill him a cry, tears in my eye. Him Zidi look like anybody where go dead, God forbid.
Mhm, mhm.
I'ma take him, I'ma carry him home. My cousin work at one clinic and she give me medicine for give him and whatever. And him asked me if he want to go to the doctor. Him say him just have to feel a pain on him side. So I was assuming that it was a gas pain, right? So we give him tea and whatever. Tell him for go lay down and the next morning he was doing good. He was fine the next morning. But I'm just saying that as a aunt, you're supposed to play a role because you know him now, the mother, you know him father don't care, and the only person who didn't really care about him passed away. You could have just go there to see what happened to him.
All right. So clearly, we kind of established that his parents, they were not there, and
Mm-hmm.
his
Hmm.
grandmother was the one to really mainly take care of him. And after her passing,
Yes.
then it's pretty much up to anybody. And in fact, you were like a good Samaritan that came along and actually assisted with taking care of Zidi. But after a while, it looked as if money start make because him get viral, and Chaddy as a YouTuber knows how that how the whole viral thing go, that really make money off it, not because you're big, racking up views and all of that, and all of a sudden everybody just get greedy and jealous or whatever the case is.
Everybody just start running. Everybody just start running cause him keep this is for him phrase. Well, people are come to me, people are come to me. That's all him always say. People
Meaning
are
like
come to
what?
him.
Like what? And
Like
saying what?
like for example, like when him would tell me about him and him would say, nah, people have come to me and tell me for beat him, which is that was a lie. Can
The
nobody not
father.
come? Yes.
Okay.
Yes. I say him always I say people are come to him, people are come to him. No, he might tell me say people are come to him based on money. Oh, are you fair manage him? Are you fair manage him? Him a go look for me and say, is a golden egg this what have now? Oh, you gonna look for me and say that, my G? You're a youth. You never know your youth special. You never, your youth was one of a kind. Me have a daughter. From before she born, I know she's special. Because I'm a first child or whatever. You
Mhm.
get what me I say? Like, oh, you gonna say this a golden egg this. You just a see the brighter picture.
So Shells, we get it that the father is the one who, and I'm not trying to talk now because they're on here, but it's obvious that the father and others are pretty much, trying to exploit the situation now.
It obvious if you look under the
Big
post them on
Yeah.
social media, that the whole of social media say, I mean sometimes you can't really follow what the post them say, but from the first video go up, like people it under the post of course. Cause them I
The
say,
comment
where
alone tell them a
the
G.
comment alone, where was this
You
man
when you did it all
all
this time.
along? And the first speech when forward I make, me miss my son and me want to see my son and Ray like it never called for. It never called for. And we see this over and over and over with these talents where boss out of the social media space.
Yeah.
You see me? Everything always are good, go good, and then
Until.
something just happen.
Mhm. Yeah. Mhm.
Most of the time, them are with the parents, them are faulty manager. And
Manager,
quite
yeah.
frankly, may I tell you the honest truth, not because I'm there. Me never see that in Ziddy case. Me never see where it look like a some styling thing where I go on
Yeah.
and ray. You see me? Ziddy a go viral. And most of Ziddy viral them is not even ads. Most stuff that we see for Ziddy on the
I'm
internet,
natural, brother.
Andrew, is not ads. You see me? That brother him
Natural.
skill because he must know what I do. See the way I walk down the street and then get somebody from way over one part of video see and me I say, yo,
I
the skill
video
enough.
him.
You don't know what I go on. You don't make
Mhm.
it look, even though sometimes we know it's stage, but it doing a way where it forward of natural. It's not like
Yeah.
yeah, hear somebody in our background and say, Ziddy said this,
Ziddy
Ziddy
said
said
that.
that. Ziddy,
Mhm.
I've
Exactly.
never heard that yet. Never. But me I go tell you still, I mean know it hard. You see me? From one social media person to the next, give back him page. It's rough. Give back him
And I
page.
say him, I can't get him because he don't know if I operate
Yeah,
it. Where I say give them.
exactly.
Yeah,
Brother, I
yeah.
That's what
can't
I
give
was
them my
gonna
G.
say.
My
That's
G,
what
I
I was gonna
can't give
say.
them
Who
because
are
I
you
know
going
like
to give it
you
to?
are me. You
I
get
would
what me say,
more.
brother?
Hold on, hold
We
on.
know them plan. We know them plan. We
I
know them
would
plan, my
more.
G.
I would more encourage the meds. And you and your sister Books. I would more encourage you guys to not fight in a violent way, but
No.
No.
fight,
Mm-mm.
to get back Ziddy, because at the end of the day, you know that this is not Ziddy's doing. Legally,
True.
Uno can fight and take him, but in terms of being the best caregivers and being people who have been involved in his life for the past 2 years, where you guys have seen where his life has improved, I would encourage you guys, I would encourage you, Meds, to try and see if you can, become his manager once again. And of
And
course,
get
Bugs, I would encourage you to kind of get him back and try to care for him as well. You know what I mean? Because clearly, you guys are not exploiting. You guys are not
No,
exploiting.
brother. No,
do
brother.
this one
All right.
thing.
Hold on. Shells, go
One
ahead.
second. I agree with you, Andrew, but ensure that when you're doing anything, please put it on
Paperwork.
paper.
Paperwork.
Cool,
Yeah.
no man.
Because
At
in
that,
in
that's
this
some go
in this
wrong.
instance, it's not about them. It's about this young man
Mm-hmm.
who has
Mhm.
mental
Yep.
challenges,
Yep.
and intellectual disability happening there. He's not able to care for himself. He will never be able
All
to
right,
care
later,
for
bro. All
himself.
right, later.
And all of you have
TL?
your evidence, your proof. You have a catalog of things that you have done to care for him and to show that you are a very good caregiver. You can chronicle all of this and put your case forward, but just ensure the paperwork there. Because this thing here, we've seen it too much. And who suffer? It's always that person that
Right.
has the challenges that suffer. And we see them when
Right.
they suffer on social media. They're
Yo,
they're for they're for the worst. And we don't want that. You
and
know?
Yeah, man,
I
on
swear,
social
me
media
that
we
run
eat you
from
up.
it. Bro, me that run from it, brother, because I say Candy, I say Gully Bop, I say a numerous of
Not
them, and me
crazy.
that run from it. Me that run from it. Because I know people that
Mm-hmm.
say, oh, he might go flap, but him can't flap because I'm natural. Ziddy is who him is.
Right.
Because the thing
Right.
is with Ziddy
Him
wasn't
natural, bro.
fighting for fame. So
Exactly.
you
Him
not flop
Exactly.
natural.
if you not fight for fame,
Exactly.
Ziddy
Exactly.
just a do him thing.
When they on the black and him attack and
He's
a
he's
viral
not
video that
aware of
him.
what he's doing. Put it this way. He's
What
Right.
not
am I say?
aware of he's just
Right.
being himself.
It's
So he's not even
right.
conscious of the fact of what he's doing. So
And
that's
this
why it comes
Exactly.
naturally. And that's
and
why
this
you need persons around him who's gonna have his best interest
Best
at heart
Mhm.
and
interest.
is not just there to
Exactly.
make money.
right. And
Exactly.
this
Books,
is
what are you saying,
where
Books?
the father got it wrong when he's saying that Ziddy is making money and we're not giving the money. Listen, I let Ziddy be because I realized that it no matter what you say, I will in minor tell him.
So
Tell
that's
him,
him and go
yeah.
work with. You understand?
Alright.
We bring Ziddy go for show at Ocherios. Like the whole of my family and my friend them will bring Ziddy because we want to go for give Ziddy the audience there and give Ziddy, you know,
A
the love
support,
and all of
yeah.
that.
Support.
Ziddy ball, Ziddy cry, no one do the show. We remember now when I left Kingston and got Ocherios, you know, and Ziddy I cry say him now when it's time to perform.
That's
Ziddy
you
get
know,
ads for do, and Ziddy get ads for do. People send the money to Meds. Meds have to send back the money because Ziddy not do the ads.
it's very. I
Only
mean,
for time.
it's difficult though. It's very difficult. So here we're going on now. I mean, God forbid when all of this stress starts to happen, and the others who feel as if it was a better rose and take him on. Let's hope that they can handle it. Let's hope that
But
Exactly.
they can deal with it. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
watch this breakdown real quick. Because more of the people have know. For example, I charge 40 grand for a show. Because a show is like him perform, him run in the crowd, him dance. You know what it do, my G. So, the 40 grand there, it depends where you're going in the country, you have to pay a toll. I don't have a car on the ground. Nobody now rent them car for more than 2 days. Less than 2 days, sorry. And that are 5 grand and 5 grand, that are 10 grand. But now send Ziddy
Yeah.
over by himself. At least 3 persons have to go with Ziddy. Toll depends in where in the country you have to pay a toll, right? That's a
Yes.
Jamaica run now. Gas, right? Back and forth.
Food.
So you tell me, brother, 40 grand ain't no money, my G. Every
But
day my sister make
on
him go up on the
a
ground. Hold on
reasonable
now.
still.
If my sister make him go up on the road, she give him a grand or a 5 bills in her pocket. Cause she never make him walk out on the road, bro. I will still have to have food in the house, feed him.
Exactly. Because I make sure say every time I carry Ziddy go supermarket, I have clippings showing that
Yeah,
you know Ziddy there supermarket, Ziddy I go buy him food, Ziddy I go get him stuff them. You understand? When Ziddy come at my house, Ziddy not have nothing. No clothes, nothing at all. Ziddy I wear him anti-data pants. And
yes,
we have to change that. So we
exactly.
have to get Ziddy some clothes. I remember Ziddy perform at one party. Well, my friend asked me to make him come at the party. And when Ziddy come at the party, Ziddy perform, Ziddy make probably like, he never booked for the party, you know. She just say, make him come. And Ziddy make like over 40,000. And the next morning, I carry Ziddy come on your TV with it and carry him go buy look underwear and you know in necessities and all of that. Carry him go get him food and all of that. You get what me I say? And that was from last year, August, and I don't remember if Ziddy ever make no more money big like that. Because Ziddy don't want to do the work. You have to be
Exactly.
into the skin to say, Ziddy, listen, this is what you're doing, this is what's going to pay you, this is what's going to give you money.
Sure, go ahead.
Have you ever sought any kind of like medical help just to get him diagnosed and to see if any medication or anything would help to with his behavior or anything like that?
Okay. I asked the father
Yeah,
and
well, ask the father.
to give me any kind of medical report he have for Ziddy so I could take him to do a checkup. Right? I'll know. So I don't know what to do in terms of all right, we'll bring him go doctor. Them you know the regular sewn him up and check him and pressure and all of that. Dentist will get the dentist to come over house call to clean his teeth. We have videos of we have clippings of that too as well. Him supposed to get him teeth clean this Monday coming because the dentist texts me and say this Monday is the appointment to get Ziddy teeth clean again. You understand? So the whole for know what Ziddy is diagnosed with, I don't really know as far as I say him have a hole in him heart, him artistic or him rare or whatever it is. You understand? Him not tell me say, you know, say at this the paper yeah, him granny usually can go clinic or him granny get this from St. Joseph. You know,
But probably
none of that.
he don't know himself because he never really
Honestly, as Amida say,
in him
I talked to the old lady yesterday, and the old lady I tell me a whole heap of things. And she I tell me everything what wrong with Ziddy. It's a lot to really remember, but as she I tell me everything.
What
Yesterday,
can
half
you
an hour me I
remember?
had up on the phone.
What can you remember she's saying that is psychologically, you know, not really?
I think she mentioned the whole in the art situation, and I think she remember. I'm trying to remember if this is what she said. Something like cerebral palsy. I'm not sure if that's what she said, but she mentioned something like that or close to
No,
that, my G.
cerebral palsy,
Yeah,
Yes.
I would.
You get what
cerebral
me I say?
palsy. Yeah.
Yes. You get what me I say? And like she tell me, say, she even upset that him get Ziddy from us. Cause she said she had tried all her life, like the father and the family take Ziddy from her. Ziddy was supposed to be in Canada right now. I grew up. America, I grew up. But I guess something about corrupt and some paper never signed. One
And
bugger
them
thing.
a say,
That's
oh,
the
them want
mom.
to find
That's
money.
the
Yes,
Them
the
mom.
a say the
mom.
family them
The
want to
mom
take him
saying
because them
Oh,
all
so
that.
the
want
mom is alive.
She
Yeah,
not dead.
yeah, yeah.
She not dead.
She's
Oh, me
shut up.
never.
She
Me
not dead.
never
She have
know.
other kids too. So
Yeah, he
right
said he
now,
spoke
between
to
me
his
and
mom
no.
yesterday.
Sorry, Val. Yesterday she said to me she want me go live right now. She said any day I call her and I'm ready for go live, she ready. Cause she said she's not an internet person. Cause she
Yeah.
don't want the people them say, oh, you come out of nowhere. Like the father come out of nowhere, but she just want to come live and speak her mind about the father. That's what she want to do.
Him based on how Ziddy talk to him mother, because one time I remember him come in and him say, I see my mother at town. I'ma tell her say you are my mother. I tell her you are my mother because my father don't tell me already, you know. So them
Yeah, they
already brainwash Ziddy
program
against
him.
his
Yeah.
mother. So him really and truly don't really want to have nothing to do with her in terms of saying no, my mother this. You understand? And
Yeah.
I know Ziddy. Me know him. Me know Ziddy will cuss her. If him see her, she even not say nothing to him. Me know him will cuss her out. I know.
Mm-hmm.
You
Yo,
understand? So therefore, I guess maybe that's why she keep away. I don't know. I'm just saying.
I
But
think both parents, I think equally, can carry the burden of not being there for him still.
being there.
You know what I mean? I don't know what happened in.
She admitted. She admitted. I ain't gonna lie. She admitted.
Mhm.
She admitted fully.
All right.
You know.
But let's be honest though. This is indeed Jamaica. There's not a lot of support or information out there. We as citizens are not really educated. You would have to educate yourself, or you'd have to be in
Mm-hmm.
the medical field sometimes
Feel
to
for no. Yeah.
understand some of all of these things and how you're going to care for a child like that. Even if the child is born and it's recognized when the child goes to clinic and the mother or the father takes that child for a checkup, there are no guidelines that are given most of the times. They just tell you that your child sick with this or sick with, and you're
All
left to
right.
struggle
All
and to
right.
care for just such a child. So you know,
Like
it's not
America.
easy.
I'm not sure if you're aware, but like America, when your child is disabled or whatever, they're on disability, you get that check, such and such. So that I go on to Jamaica, and every month they get a check, but on a film and it going on. And then nobody will really care for him and it going on. But it a issue out and it a going on somebody on. So I them look a thing that are going right now.
Also, even when you guys had him in your care.
Never, ever get a dime. Say, yeah, this have is it for this month. That have is it for that month. Never.
Never.
And check a issue from all long from probably Ziddy Barn. From a we are weird.
You see, I never even know that.
Me
That's
never
what me
know
I
that
say.
neither.
I mean, I tell you, say, numerous of things the old lady I mentioned, but before she show me them things, them I been a ear. I been a ear all of them things there. But me put it to the side, cause I'm not interested in what them did I do. Me only interested in what me did I do. How my sister and my family them I do for Ziddy. You get what me I say? Cause we take Ziddy with nothing at all. Nothing at all.
Nothing at all.
We're gonna have to.
Nothing.
Whoa. All right, guys. Thank you guys so much. I mean, I think we have covered a lot, and as I said, I'm happy that you guys could come on and share your story, your side of the story, and we can see where the issue is. And I really wish everybody, could just come together and understand that this is not about them and their personal choices, but more so for the
About
young man. You know what I mean? Yeah, Ziddy. And because he needs the help. And as I said before, Meds, I would encourage you to try and see if you can reestablish a link so that you guys can get him back in y'all care and y'all continue to do what y'all doing. And as I said before, there's nothing wrong with, putting him out there and having him, showing him a little bit of independence and making his own money, you know what I mean? But it's clear that you guys are not exploiting him, because if that were the case, then you guys would be fighting tooth and nails to really get him back in
Exactly.
alloy. You know
Exactly.
what I mean? But I mean, as I said, kudos to you, yeah, and your sister. Big respect. Thank you
Respect,
guys for
respect,
doing
G.
what
Yeah,
y'all
man,
doing.
bless.
And we
Thank
hope to
you.
no problem, Bugs, no problem, Meds. Yeah, man.
Yeah, man,
All
respect.
right.
Na
Cool.
na na
Night. Good
ne.
night.
Na
Good
na
night,
na na
everyone.
na 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 ne.
Just like
All
that.
right. Just
Wanna
like
just go
that.
and hold on, man,
One
and if
Ziddy.
just continue to be patient, and if he come back to you, take
Just
him to a medical, not a physician,
physical,
but a
right, right.
a mental,
Yes.
go see a
A
psychologist or a
psychologist, right.
psychologist with him,
Mm-hmm.
have them
Mm-hmm.
diagnose him and see what can be done, see if I can get him a little bit more settled,
Mm-hmm.
and
Yeah.
do
And
what
try
you
to help
what do
him.
what you can do
We want
for
to
him,
see Ziddy. We
because
want to see Ziddy in a force and them thing. You see me? Yeah, man.
Cool, no, Mama G,
All
man.
right,
Respect,
guys.
Mama G, man.
Yeah,
All
man.
right.
Well,
Big up.
Big
peace.
Okay,
up. Right, we are
bye.
link up, yeah?
Yeah,
All
man,
right.
family. Family.
Bye.
Bless.
Bye, bye. All right, cool, guys. So there you have it. I mean, that was our part one. We have about 20 minutes to finish up our discussion. Shadi, will you stay with us for that 20 minutes?
Why not?
Gio is having Gio is having some computer issues, so he won't be able to rejoin us. But all right, cool. So now that we covered the Ziddy story, we understand what's going on about Ziddy. Because first, I always say to Shaki, say, yo, I just hope that they're not exploiting him. And clearly we get the information or the answers to our questions that they are not, in fact, exploiting him, but his dad would look as if he wanted to exploit Ziddy because they thought that Ziddy was making, money, and whoever else is behind it. And I think it's
See them
anyhow.
people that were just talking to people ears. Yo,
Let me
are the
not say that.
same thing what happened to Border Cat. You see me?
One to Bada Cat.
Same thing what happened to Border Cat. People in a Border Cat ears. I said this and that and that and that and him and Drizzy they fall out. You see
Mm,
me? This
mhm.
this clicks is like me go up on the road. People see me and know me from a page. You see me know me from social media. Me not rich.
You
You see
know,
me?
rich.
Me not
Shells work,
rich.
shells work
No,
and
no.
styles. She not rich.
Me not rich.
We do me thing. We not
Money
rich.
nah make
Yeah,
like
I
that.
mean,
You see me? But people just feel like say once you get, it's like they feel like 1,000 views is like $1 million. Or
mm,
100,000 views is like $1 million. See it on the Instagram and say, yeah, I make money on the Instagram. Bro, what Ziddy them did that do? Ziddy them did that on Instagram. Instagram doesn't pay.
right, right, right.
So
You know
all
what's
of them
funny?
share there. It's like pay address, you have to know if you monetize it.
I remember this young man, Jamaican Michael Jackson, and this is another story. Let's
Mm-hmm.
take a listen to this one.
Some boy who go there, some people. The reason why I come back to my place, Western say ill treat me. If you collect me all of my money and give me no money, make me wear in daughter slippers. You have my Instagram account and want my money. I want him to come on road, and him a talk big, and him not do nothing for me. And him not look for my my TRN and my passport. I'm have me over the lock up all long. People. The reason why I come back on my yard, West say ill treat me. He not give me nothing. He say I look for my TRN and my passport and my NIS. I know he not look about it. He have me over there all long in a house lock up. I make me a wear all in daughter slippers too. Oh Lord. He not buy me nothing. West had to look about for one big man can I need
You hear that? It's always
The people them in the background.
yes. It's always and I don't know if them probably have a good intention because whoever he mentioned, his former manager, wasn't he allegedly wasn't taking care of him, making get him TRN, now make him get this and now make him get that. But Michael couldn't even construct a proper simple sentence in terms of explaining himself without them even trying to coach him or to write a script. And this is what we're talking about. And Shells asked a very important question tonight. Did you seek help for this young man? How much of them really take the time out to seek help for these people? You worry about TRN, you worry about money when forget. Are you going to use the money to help him get help, to seek help? So
With
you
that
just as bad as we see however you want name.
with that story still, me not know if Westy did genuine, but what me know,
Well, I always see name
then
me calling we see what you see.
Westy is a selector. When me know him did really go hard and campaign for him, and Westy did my long time selector, so him did have a lot of connections with artists, a street youth, you see me? So him did go well heap a studio campaign with Jackson. So comes the see in a the viral video them with Beanie Man. I think G Wiz, couple other artists and that kind of help to boost him quote unquote now career. Um, me not know if him did that ill treat him for true, but definitely him did that get influence from people in 9 years that tell him say Westy a thief him, Westy fear do this and Westy fear do that. And me don't know yeah man. We see it with Mackerel, same way.
Mm-hmm. I mean,
Um
speaking of mackerel, I have your clip, but let's not go to mackerel yet. Let's kind of
Michael.
stick. Yeah, let's stick with Michael MJ. MJ clearly has a cognitive disability intellectually as well. And as I said, this is where you have to draw the line. Westy, I think, knew exactly what he was doing. As you say, we can't say for sure that they were taking advantage of him, but obviously they were getting bookings because if Ziddy can actually, make up to $40,000 a night, and
But
Michael,
them a charge cheap.
hold on, Michael, I think, and you can correct me, Chaddy, Michael was going harder than Ziddy back then. Michael's all over the
It is.
place.
As it looks so. Is more established. All
Okay.
right. Remember now, in the time span where Michael Boss are getting fame or whatever, it was like a 1 month, 2 month time span where in a like probably about the third month or so then did follow. Quick.
So what
Ziddy
money
has
could
been
he have made?
around.
Hold on. So
Huh?
what money could he have? So what money Michael could have made to the point where Westy
I
would
don't
have
know.
robbed him?
I don't
Come
know.
to
That's the thing. That's the thing, yo. That's the thing. Them always have people in them head. I tell them say, yo, money I make robbery I go on, this I go on, XY I go on. With Ziddy, everything for the Ziddy being from scratch. From scratch. And them do everything from scratch. So Ziddy is not like a personality will go viral and them I try capitalize on it. Like Michael Jackson. You see me? Ziddy them actually start from scratch and develop like hardcore fans and following. So it wasn't no quick thing overnight. You see the quick thing overnight them like them lifespan short. So Ziddy was a different case because people actually watch Ziddy page and grow for quote unquote love Ziddy. Ziddy did in the streets a long time and a long time people have video Ziddy, and
but
I
that's
get
another
some
thing
little
too.
viral of a video, Ziddy.
But that's another
So it's
thing though.
like people that love Ziddy from in the streets, downtown area. People
I wouldn't
love
say,
Ziddy.
all right, I'm going to be very frank with you. A lot of times we think people love them, but people find it as amusement. So
That man
when
know.
we see them, so we can't use the word love right there because they're taking advantage. No, we have to be frank, Chaddy. I mean, I beat on what you said, but the truth is, Rose and them other one expert and whatever his name is, people don't genuinely love them. People never genuinely find it. Oh my God, let's hug them up and welcome them. No, people were mocking them. People find it very funny because they were different. And that's where I have a problem with people exploit them for our own home entertainment needs. And some people do it because of their financial needs. And we who enjoy it to and laugh sometimes have to fall and accept it too. If we say, yo, we give energy to that as well, Chaddy. Because when we sit down and laugh off of Michael and laugh off of Ray, it is funny, yes. But if we remember, say they're not right, and to them, what they're doing is okay. They're doing something good, but a lot of us, we know them not doing nothing good and we laugh at them because of that. You know what I mean? And that's where I have a problem.
I will leave them in Rose and Silone.
It's like
Silone,
a
I
big
wonder
circle.
too.
I
Yeah.
must be one of the strangest people, or maybe it's because of my background why I do not find a lot of them funny. I
Right.
do not like some of it. I don't follow it. The Candy and all the others, exploitation at its best by the persons who quote unquote manage them. Because that's the next thing, they got popular on social media, got a couple views, and all of a sudden they need a manager.
Right.
And
Right.
that person feels now like they own this personality because guess what? For me to get them to places to do certain things, I have to spend some money. And after I spend that initial money, I actually need to make back that money. You're now owned by me and I need to make money from you. I see the disrespect. I see the jeering. I see the fact that, as you say, a lot of us find humor in their disabilities, and that is so wrong. Me not find no fight funny. I mean, I laugh. Now, people is of this misconception that people like Candy who uses illegal substances and others like Mackerel and the rest, they don't recognize that they have a disability and they are not able to think like a normal human being that have all their faculties together. They will make irrational decisions and they will do act in a certain kind of way that is not of a normal person. And it's like they can't help it, right?
Right.
You find somebody who, like a Candy, who, when she came out and persons were talking, oh, she need to go fix her teeth and she need to stop do this and stop do that. Look here, the same people around her are the people who sold her whatever substances she took. Right? So
True.
what are we gonna say? It's not, yes, she should. Where's she gonna get responsibility from it? She's not able to think in that kind of way. So it's us, we who consume these things and others who take them up and say that they are managing them. Then we are talking about some of these media people who just run in upon them and then bombard them with a lot of things and allow them to talk foolishness on national and international TV because these things goes international and people find it. I think it's a ridiculous mess and I don't know what can be done to stem this thing because it's the age of social media. Everything goes.
Shell,
Yeah.
me I gotta be very honest. Very honest. All right. So you're right in somewhat, but think about this. See, this person up on the road every day and them forward more time, them all have eyes. Me and you know so probably they're not too good upstairs, but them they and them all have eyes. Cause we know a lot of persons will come near we personally, not videoing them and put on social media, but we know them personally. But when them forward around we just chill and all our vibes and we just know so they're not really good upstairs, but we just there with them. You see me? Most cases they are very, very poor. Now, if one little avenue can forward out tonight where them literally I get one little fame out of it or I get some monitor game out of it. Is that necessarily bad though? And I'm gonna be very frank.
No, but Shadi, we
Me
already
no feel
explained.
like
No,
me
but
no
we already explained where the exploitation part comes in. For example, our previous guests, they weren't exploiting him. I mean, they see an opportunity and they were pretty much, acting on that. But really and truly, Shells asked a very important question. Did you guys seek help for Ziddy? Y'all know that Ziddy had a problem.
mm-hmm.
And even asked them, I said, were you guys prepared to deal with the stress that come with it? And they said no. So I wouldn't say they were exploiting him, but they didn't even understand what they're taking on.
Them no
So,
understand.
right. But hold on. You have the others now. For example, Rose and them, those, that's straight up exploitation because there's no way you can bring Rose on an interview and know say Rose I gotta be cognizant of the fact that she's supposed to sit here and keep focus. There's no way. Rose get more bashing and laughed at more than even Michael Jackson. Ziddy fall in the same line as Rose, we get more laughed at and more bashing than even Michael Jackson. People grow to love Ziddy in terms of because of his personality. But on the other hand, it's a big circus for a lot of people, Chaddy. If you watch even Lava Show when Rose them dip on it and you read the comments, bro, some of the comments them is so disheartening. Where I wonder, like, yo, I wonder if Lava knows that him bring them on the show and people really and truly come over to see them because they're special per se, but people come over to mock them and jeer them and laugh at them because they are going to say something. And as Shell say, she probably be the weirdest person. But Shell isn't alone. I know a lot of people who don't find it funny. But me not gonna play the hypocrite. I find some of it funny. I may say it to Shaki.
Of course, and nothing is wrong with that, Andrew. All of us have friends or people who we know who are not mentally capable, and they say and do things that make you roll on the ground. But Chaddy, I didn't say that, Chaddy.
But am I going to, hold on there, but am I going to run with it and put it up on social media and try to make money from it? Because me know, say, I know them right things. So that's where the problem is, Chaddy, where they take it and they run with it just to make money from it. And God forbid tomorrow morning money now make again, them discard them and throw them to the curb. That's the problem.
So let me clarify. I did not say, Chaddy, wait, I never said what you said. I said, I didn't say they cannot earn from their specialness, right? Because it would be like you having a skill, you know, or me having a skill, or Andrew having a skill, and we make money from that skill. If making people laugh is something that they possess, the person who is around them must be doing it, and they must be benefiting in a very, very significant way, where they are now in a better place than where they started from them earning from that. You understand? So I know people are gonna find it different in terms of finding it funny or whatever. I'm not really speaking about that part. I'm talking about the part where, you know, them just, we people who consume it sometimes is not consuming it because it is funny. We make fun of them for no reason.
Right.
You understand? The people who manage them, use them, take whatever money them earn, and they are there starving. They don't have good clothes. They don't have no paperwork. They don't nothing. They are still at a level or slightly above where they were when they take them up. They never take them up because they love disabled people. They wouldn't even get them an hug. Just as Andrew said, how many people would have walked up to Rose and hug her? You understand?
True.
So that's what we're talking about. We don't treat disabled and mentally ill people who we don't have no regards to most of them, Chaddy. Some of we have friends that are not so good. We realize that they're acting, and before we try to help them or even we ensure so we ostracize ourselves, and even their own family members would pass them on the street and behave like they don't know them because no, this person is not acting up. If you say your friend thinking about committing suicide, all of a sudden you start look at your friend and say, "Boy, I'm most madman that." You know, so that's how we mental challenges. That's how we approach it, and that's where I was taking it from. Of course, if them can make a money, they make a money, but it has to be coming from a good place.
All right.
May I agree
Chaddy,
with you? May I agree with you? May I agree. It have to be coming from a good place.
A good place. All right, Chaddy. I know you remember this. It's just like 2 years ago, though, but I want to play.
Chaddy and I'm back again. People are going. I hope everybody good. So, people, yo, John Star. That girl here, after she make that big speech here and say she go in any girl relationship and take with a man. You see me? The girl is a professional man taker, so she said. She said she not business, she a homemaker, she bad and she brave, and she even said she a take a girl man without a fear. You know that bad Shensia there? And that she a say no, you see, Shensia a teach the ladies them. Well, Shensia a teach the young girls them. Anyway, still, me never to explain it. Me I go show you what she said.
Me I got me not really like people, man. I just like going at people life. I just like mash up people relationship. So I just like to go. I just like to go and take over. So I take a girl, man. Me not no fear. That's all. Don't breathe.
She
So
said,
after she big and bad and said that, Zane, she has said she just take over girl man relationship. She just take over. You see me? You don't know say it look like say she got some booms now and take the wrong girl man. You see me? She got take the wrong girl man. I mean, she a take and a take man and a take man and a take a man from girl and all these things. But she never know one day she a go buck up in a the wrong girl and go take with the girl them man. And people and that go on today. Yo, Jano. Me don't know if me say me sorry for her because it's a human being still. You see me? But people, look after when she a brag and a boast and a say she take girl man. People, at this happen. At this happen when she go take the girl man.
all right, let's go back. Chaddy, at this time when you made this video, did you ever think to yourself that that she might be
Yeah, no, you're wrong for this.
I mean, I was looking for macro. Me and Chaddy are friends, so we now get a copyright. At that time, were you thinking that something could have been intellectually
I'm gonna be honest, but I'm in the early stage of vlogging, and no, I think about the clicks.
see? So what about? So you were exploiting her, would you say? Not intention.
No,
Not
no,
intention.
no. Why more this I exploit her now? I know me make it go viral. It go viral already, and I'm just reporting on what happened. So
But
I'm
you
just
just said you were more focused on the clicks, is what you're saying now.
that's
what
what at the end of the day, you know, that's what a YouTuber does.
right.
So I would have made a video about shells if she was the hot topic. Mackerel happens to be the hot topic, so I made a video
Oh,
about
you never
mackerel.
met the video off of me. You don't know, say I had a viral moment after mackerel.
When?
You had one?
Eh?
I
When my
didn't see.
guy that will live in UK we do the YouTube. When name again, we have the him have here too.
Rapper crapper.
But a UK be rapper crapper. We make a video and post on my non-existent YouTube channel. Me no know how rapper find it, repost it.
What happened, Shells?
But me say me have to do,
What go on?
they murdered me. Because of the same thing me say where you say now in Andrew. I was like, don't these people see that this girl has mental challenges? Where is the baby father that is so much older than she is? We need to find him because he has some explanations to do. Where's her mother? We need to find the mother and the father. We need to put things together because something not right. And we need to ensure that the thing get right before all of this get blown out of proportion. And when me tell you, say for me own Jamaican people, them.
Tell yourself to shut up, no.
Me a look. Oh, me have to tell some of them say, look here, me work at one radio station.
Fear me, I look.
Over 300 countries.
Tell them say you not look fame or zip.
Who cares?
I didn't. All right, me and one person when I have answer on social media. Like I had a few people. Me when me have an answer, I say, look here, if you go up on the video right now, I haven't taken it down from my page. It's the second most viewed video on my YouTube channel, if me not lie, because everybody run over for me. Don't mean at the comment section. Well, you know me not the answer, because me have class, so me not answer, but me I tell you. Same thing that you're talking about, Andrew, was where I took my views from. No way was I bashing the young lady because I don't have that personality. Neither was I looking any views or nothing. I was just in the media space. I made a video. If me not like to see him top here, me have or something close.
Quite frankly, still, let me tell you something. You see, in the Mackerel saga, and Mackerel knew exactly what she was doing. People might think say Mackerel dumb or you see me,
No,
Mackerel knew exactly what she was doing. That clip of the beating incident was a couple months before she actually went viral. Someone dig up the video, find it, leak it, whatever, it got viral, and people just tying, including myself, tying it and say, that's why she get beaten, which I never necessarily
they take a people man something that not have nothing to do with it. She did
Right.
just a fight. A matter of fact, she said she did a part of fight.
But Mackerel
And
not all right, bro. Mackerel is not all right because if you notice, Mackerel eye cannot stay focused on an object.
But enough people me know can't stay for focus on them all
No,
right.
man, she has mental challenges too. And
No,
if
me know, but
she
me
has
say
mental
Andrea
challenges
can't
too.
base it on the eye.
No, but bro, from you look at her, I am not a psychiatrist or a psychologist. But you look on her, you see, say there is something off about her, though, bro. The way
Let me tell you something still why more than say Mackerel in a one different position. All right.
No, because hold on. You know that on the autism spectrum, right? You have different levels of the spectrum. You have high functional, you have mid or low. I'm just using mid and low, but you do have the title as high functional or low functional or whatever. She falls somewhere on the spectrum to say if she has Down syndrome or whatever. Because you have people who are high functional, you have people who are very low IQ who just can't function as normal people, quote unquote, no normal people would do. So as you look at Mackerel, like how you look at Ziddy, Michael himself, you can't really look at and tell. But when
Now
Michael,
can see one. When he start talk.
I can.
until him open him mouth.
I can look at every
Okay.
single one of them. I can look at them and tell.
Shaki can. Shaki has worked with those.
Right. So if you know, you know. You know, if you know, you know.
But
yeah.
In the case with Mackerel still, remember nobody never know Mackerel. Mackerel actually did a video first where she goes up and attack. Take the people, man. Like that.
From school,
and she placed herself out there. So that's why I would say the Mackerel situation is kind of different. She placed herself out there. No one didn't exploit her. She placed herself.
Because she placed herself out there, somebody wouldn't pick her up and exploit her. Remember, exploitation don't start or end.
No, I know, but me just
but she was exploited. Oh, I understand what you mean. Nobody started her in her viral moment, but she was still exploited. Yeah,
right. So that's what I'm saying. So
why you said she was exploited now?
Because after people, like for example, our friend who took her up, Lava, did music with her, all of that, straight up. You know, people.
And others, they used her and underpaid her so much, and got free, promotion off of her.
Because she's not,
you understand?
Right, bro. I don't like me and you say no. Me not saying if you really bring a contract to her and say sign this. If me and you as regular Joe can't even understand some of the class them in one contract, how is it that they are going to get it? How is it that they're going to understand it? Straight up. And that's the point where we're getting it. Exploitation doesn't mean that I put you out in the forefront, but I realize that I can capitalize off you financially and I'm going to exploit you. That's what exploitation is. We take advantage of you because you don't know no better and don't give you what you truly deserve.
I do agree with you.
Woman exploit man exploit woman. Me can exploit Shells by bringing her on this show. I can exploit you by bringing you on the show and not giving you anything in return. I can suck your why, but I can use feed off your package. Where you come from? Me, I exploit you right there, so me I exploit Shaki because Shaki have $20 billion in the bank, and I go to her just because of that.
True.
You're trying to ask if it's true. It's just just.
I'm just asking,
So,
but I mean, may I tell you the honest truth? Still, I think Mackerel gain a lot out of it.
Well, I mean that I can't.
Yeah, she did.
Me nah go really say Lava exploit her.
I didn't say Lava alone. I just said in Lava's situation, I'm a friend, but I personally feel like Lava exploit a lot of these individuals who come on his show for views.
Oh, yeah, man. Lava.
Exactly what I'm saying.
They have the cheese, them. You have the way them name. I will leave for them.
Mackerel because he knows the power that Mackerel hold at that particular time, and he wanted to become a producer. Remember, Lava, he wanted the music twin as an artist, and it never worked. So he wanted to do a whole production thing. So you know what I mean? Which we all do it. But once you not give me back in return, you exploit me.
But you know where the fallout went between Mackerel and Lava, though. It was the tape that released. So that's why I say that the part there are in one different settings, which
but hey,
Quite
But
frankly, me not feel like same should have just drop her like how he
thank
did.
you, thank you, thank you.
Me never feel so. But so it go. You see me? So it go.
Yeah, Rashaki said too, and it makes sense. The person that released that tape was trying to exploit her as well. You know. So as I say, there's nothing wrong with what Lava did. There's nothing wrong.
Because me I tell you the truth still, you know. Mackerel give them a good run, you know. Remember, Mackerel is not fun like a Ziggy. Him not to me not funny like either Jackson or a Rose or whatever, because Mackerel said take with people man and have no more argument. But Mackerel get a good run. May I
All
tell
right.
you the truth? Mackerel get a good run.
Who would you say? And it's still a mental problem because Shells brought up the abuse of, substance abuse as well during the mix. Gully Bop, do you feel like Gully Bop get the biggest used in the industry? Because Gully Bop, I think, was one of the more successful ones out of all of them, because his thing went
Yo.
international.
You see? And that's what me I tell you, you know. You see, when you use the word use, Andrew, may I tell you the truth, it's very hard for me to totally agree or feel comfortable with that. Because me not feel like nobody use Gully Bop to all that.
Oh, but you can't say that. You say to all. Is either you use or you don't use, bro.
It is a barter system. Nobody now gonna put time, energy, and nothing at all in a nobody, and I get nothing in return, bro. Gully Bop got a lot of stuff in return.
Chaddy, I just said that. What
Yeah,
did
Gully Bop get nothing in return. Enough. A Gully Bop start cuss out the people, you know, and the people them start driving from Gully Bop, you know.
Yeah, but what
because of the same mentally ill something still. You see me?
Exactly. And Shell said earlier, if you mean the product any good, you're going to try and improve.
They were trying. All right. Perfect example what I know of, and a story that I was following. Candy.
With what?
Candy. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Candy have strong mental illness. Out of the whole of them, I feel like a Candy.
Oh, you know that? Did they take her to be diagnosed, bro? Straight up, we were asking.
All right, Candy was on drugs. Candy dep on coke. Candy dep on a bag of things. Numerous people try with Candy. Try like out of them art. This lady from overseas, I don't remember what she name, but she used to send money go give Candy. She said she wasn't trying to be like Candy manager or anything like that. Just a person on social media fell in love with the character, because you don't really know the person themselves, but fell in love with the character and stuff like that and wanted to help her. You see me, them try with Candy, them try to send her. I mean, you see, the mental health something, I think it even broader than where Shells or Andrew take up a talent and say them a try help and give them mental treatment and stuff like that, because there's not a lot of facility here we can help people in that matter. Candy needed a lot
There are places.
of help.
I was just, hold on, Shells. Me didn't want him finish talk. You don't want this sound like me, I cut him off still, because enough things when him say when more punch holes in the door. But go on, Shadi.
But
no, for real though.
But
because
Candy,
me here, you being a YouTuber, making excuses for other people who give you
but these people are not YouTuber, bro.
No, but Shadi, I said these people who create the content so that you can produce these content. That's what I said. I didn't say they're YouTubers. Listen, first thing first, Chaddy. First thing first, watch this.
All right.
You see, if the money that they were making at first, you just said that a lady sent Candy money. We as Jamaicans, and that's what I say, I'm glad we're having discussion, because we think that we're doing something good, but we're creating more damage. Because you cannot give somebody who is addicted to drugs money, because the first thing they're going to do is to buy money.
Hold on. Problem is say it out of context. They send money go give people for try help her, bro. It's like a lot of people they on the internet to try help her. Literally try help her.
Now, you just fix that. Okay, let's say, did they really help her? Did they really get her continuous help? Not bringing her one time.
Them did not try until them could control her.
No, because obviously something was not well on. Am I right or am I wrong? Was something obviously not working, bro? Straight up, something wasn't working, because if you bring somebody to rehabilitate them, obviously they're not following whatever orders they would get from the psychologist or the psychiatrist or whatever.
No, she never did a follow. You're so correct. She never did a follow. And
All right.
that was one of the problem.
So they then know, as I said, they would have to stick it out to Chadi to make sure so she follow it. So if you had this person at heart, bro, you would have make sure say them good.
We have to be careful, Andrew, because personal substance abuse it's extremely difficult. Because even when rehabilitated, and people who abuse substance will tell you they will agree and go into a program, and as soon as they hit the streets and the least little stressful situation they have or the least little itch, they're back in it. Then you have people around them who will offer them knowing that they have a substance abuse problem. The same people in our circle, bring it, come give you. So we have seen people who poor and we see people who rich abuse substance, and many have died. And it's not that they couldn't afford to get their substance. They get their substance and they died from maybe an overdose or something like that. So it's not easy to kick the habit, and that person would have to want to make the change. Now somebody like Candy, for instance, would have to have the cognizance to be able to say, I need to,
right.
I have a problem and I need to fix it. And then she may be more motivated to do it. So these people are pouring into the likes of Candy and Gollibop, for example, and they will not get anything from it because their circumstances are also unstable, right? They don't live with you. You're the person trying to help them. They don't live with you. So they are not monitored outside of your presence. They don't have anybody around them who more than likely mean them any good. The person around them might very well want to exploit them. So you send them money, send them go doctor, for instance. They went to the doctor to get some medication. Who is making sure or trying to help them to keep the habit to take the medication to see if they can improve in what they are? So, it's that's where I was going, Tariq. It's really, really, really difficult to kick the habit of substance abuse, and it is frustrating too for those who are in it with them. So they did try with Candy. I know that for certain they did try with Lollipop too, but they couldn't. Their circumstances outside of those who were trying to help just wasn't right. And then you have those in your years people who were, talking to them, making them feel like they were Superman and Superwoman, and things just whatever was built up and was good for them is suddenly gone because this person will tell you, say, use them or use your man. More money them will make off of you and spend back that for you. You don't need this, So kind of difficult when it comes down to substance mixed with mental issues. Same substance can give you mental issues. So it's really sad.
May I tell you,
Really sad, but
I mean, it crazy. But one thing we need to learn as Jamaicans, and I mean, I learn a lot since moving here. Shells, you're exposed to that because of your line of work. But for people like myself, maybe Chaddy, I don't know, I can't speak Chaddy, but I never understand about autism. All the different type of mental illnesses that people face, and in Jamaica we'd sometimes call them slow or dunce or rude or whatever. Because I remember growing up, and I always tell the story to Shaki that I remember having this brethren of mine, guys, where he jumped off a gully edge. The gully is about 20 to 30 feet deep, and he might jump off of the gully. And when he might jump off, he might shout gingerbread man, because he thinks that he's a ninja man. And he jumps off there, and we laugh at it, and we think it was just being stupid and dumb. Really, something was really wrong with him. He actually grew up and kind of changed a little bit, but you can still see that something was wrong. At that time, we never understand what's going on with him. You get where I come from? So I I would definitely, wouldn't try to fight what Chaddy's saying in terms of them not taking care of the artist, but I feel like they didn't they didn't understand what they're getting themselves involved in. So let me put it that way then, in terms of I don't think they understand. And I can't even beat them because ignorance is ignorance. If you didn't know, you just didn't know. And of course, I know that they tried their best to see if they could give them a different life. But as I said before, they didn't understand it. Will I say that they were 100% exploited? No. But can I see that they were exploited somewhat, Chaddy? I won't go back on that one, but I wouldn't argue to say that they didn't mean them any good, because I would be lying, because and also would be assuming. But based on information that we have heard and things that we have seen, I feel like a lot of them never really go in it for the interest and have empathy.
A lot of them never going ahead. I mean,
Right,
I'll stand there here and go on like I said. A lot
right.
of them never really going ahead. But me
But
just I say there are a few
that
that
really,
actually, you see me, try to help people.
right. And as I said before, none of this is new. None of this is, what I mean. But the thing where Tariq talk about entertainers taking drugs is that these entertainers could actually maintain themselves with the amount of money that they were making while taking drugs. You know what I mean? And
Mhm.
I heard that it is alleged that Gregory Isaacs did it at one point. I heard that, and this is just what I've heard, and I'm not saying it is like this. Gregory Isaacs, Dennis Brown, even George Nooks, and a lot of these entertainers, you hear the rumors going around to say, I noticed said the rumors. I'm just saying, I'm just repeating what is out there. I'm not saying it is. Whitney Houston, Bobby Brown. I mean, Shaq even tell me of a video where Bobby and who and Bobby again, babes? Bobby Brown and one artist do some video, and he was super high in the video, and she always look at it, she's like, yo, damn man, I can't believe that Bobby was so high. Bobby and Jarul, when they were on top of some building in some helicopter, and I think it came out that Bobby was high like a kite, and they had to
Higher
kind of,
than the helicopter.
you see me, get him out to come and shoot the video. You know what I mean? So it is not new. The difference between Candy and Gollibop is that they didn't have the money to maintain their addiction, and it is very sad. And it's not like some people never try get Bobby and Whitney help. But I just feel like when you see them at that point still, it's almost like a failure to really try and see if you can push to get them help, because it's what they live, what I mean, and what them know. Guys, it was a very interesting discussion. We went 20 minutes over the time. Chaddy, thank you. You said you weren't going to spend the 2 hours, but we did 2 hours.
16.
2.5 hours. So I think we should just for Hype TV, I think we should just go the extra 10 minutes. What is it that you guys hope for, moving forward with these type of entity, because they are entertainers, because they're entertaining us and a lot more people. Chadi, I'll start with you first. What's your wish
All
moving?
right. Tell you what. All right. I'm gonna be honest. This is social media. Yeah, I gotta have people like me and a lot more out there where repost these viral moment, these videos. For the caregivers, and when we say caregivers, we are talking about the mother them, the father them, the people them that grow them. Try to shelter them from social media, because as I may say, we living at this social media age now. If me personally not do it, it's going to be done. All right, so try to shelter them as much as possible. That let's say you yourself, if you know that you're literally being sincere, you can share this moment or share that moment, but just be mindful. And in the event you have a talent on your hand, because they are talents, and you want to, put them to the world, make sure say you see mental health for them first, like the mental, make sure it good first. That's before thinking about a Instagram or YouTube or anything at all. Just check out them mental. All right, that me have to say.
You did that. Agreeing with you with Chaddy is that if one person don't do it, another person will, because this is social media. This is the space that we're in. But I would think that, I'm hoping that our people will, yes, a little laughter is very important because you can't just go through life serious. So, now and again, you're going to need some humor, you're going to need to laugh. But let's laugh for the right reasons and not laugh at someone else's disability, right? Or somebody else's inability to function normally, right? Let's not take advantage of those who are less fortunate than we are. You know, if you are in a better space mentally and you see somebody who is not in such a good mental space, before you put them out there to this vicious world of social media and the public, ensure that you get them in a nice sheltered space. As Chadi said, get an overall mental checkup of them. That means you're going to check the mental space, see what their capacity is to function. And as they had said about Zidi, he is he's difficult to deal with because he's not cognitive of who he is and he doesn't function as a 9-year-old, but perhaps more like a 9-year-old. And he has to be in a protected space with somebody who has his best interest at heart. And so are a lot of these persons that we were talking about. It's time for us to care about each other. And yes, there are facilities in Jamaica that you can get to, whether your child have ADHD or autism or any one of those cognitive disabilities that intellectually they are not up there, you can get help because things are now being, a little bit more on the up and up, and there are places where it's available. You can go to even your local health center or somebody, ask them for direction as to where you can go to get help for your child. A lot of parents will leave their children out there just because they realize that they're not normal, instead of trying to, grow them and protect them from this vicious society that we are in. I know YouTubers or vloggers and bloggers have to make money. But let's not make money at persons who are disabled expense. If I may say so, Andrew, I am an instructor or teacher or people or educator, whatever you want to use it. And I just finished that subject matter with my trainees, my students, where we spoke about disability, and I had them doing activities and many more things when it comes down to disability and the fact that people will literally laugh at you, treat you different. People will not want to hug you and many other things. Just as if they hear that you have HIV, all of a sudden, person that was their friend or family member is no longer attached to them. It's the same way we treat people with mental illness. And that is why people are afraid to talk about how they feel and express themselves. A lot of parents are struggling. A lot of family members are struggling because they don't know where to go or who to turn to when they have children with disability. Let's change that narrative. And if you're on social media and you see somebody post somebody who is not acting right, tag or act. Just as how we see a video online with a child acting out a character or doing things that children should not be doing, and we at the institutions that are responsible for protecting children, do the same for the institutions that are responsible for persons with disabilities, and see if you can help in that manner. Instead of some of these videos too, Andrew, are not worthy of sharing at all. So it's not everything we must share. Sometimes if people like Chadi don't talk about things, you and I wouldn't know about it. So some things can share and some others we can ignore. So we not beat them bad, because a lot of times before even the media houses get it, the vloggers and bloggers have it out there. They have done a lot and they have made a lot of changes online, good changes. We want to keep it that way. And everything we need to make our money off of, because that's a problem with us nowadays. All we can think about is money and material things. Oh, we can make money off of this. How much likes, how much clicks we can get off of this. Yeah, all we need to eat our bread. But I know everything we must share. Karma is a thing.
I don't think Shadi on a real kind of push that type. And you didn't say it, but I'm just saying. I don't think Shadi as a YouTuber push that type of him kind of bring the mix up, yes, but I don't think he actually initiated the mix up. So
no, sir. Me not talk about you, no Shadi. Try not take offense,
I me run with the mackerel store still. I me respond to that.
Yes, I'm responsible for it. And then first something Chadi said I wrote, easy. Me said Chadi mix up.
Yeah, I'm here response to the
Hey,
mackerel. I'm
my
me bus mackerel.
Andrew.
I say, I'm
but
me
my
bus mackerel.
viral moment out of this. I'm just killing time. We have 3 minutes. I have to sign off at 9:30
All
for hype.
right, so can I have a minute of it to big up my students, right? The students of Rights Academic and Training Institute, Rights Academy and Training Institute. Yesterday, they did a cleanup of the coastline from Bryan's Bay all the way to Folly.
Congrats.
Could
We
you
got
involve me?
about a, we are not chatty. They're going to send you the, where you
But
talk
you could
after
have
this.
involved me. Could have clean too. Me no better for clean up. Me coulda
Hola, no. Hola, no. They, we got more than 120 bags of plastic bottles mainly
100 and what?
off the coastline. More than 120 garbage bags, and about 60 of those bags were the jumbo bags. You understand? So, Chaddy, the people are asking for them to do it again, and I'm gonna
Please
arrange it
include
better
me.
this time.
Please,
Yes,
please,
I'm
please,
gonna arrange it
please,
better this time.
please.
I will. But I
Because
must
this
pick
was
them up.
something
The
me did
nursing
even want to do.
faculty.
You see me? It was something that I wanted to do. Me did want to start from down Brian's Bay College from down a long road where
Yeah,
it takes
yeah,
you to the
man.
gas.
Don't have first and
I
last
did
down there,
want
so
it to
yeah,
start
down
from
there, so
there.
start
You
from.
see me? So I something I have in my brain. Fido and stuff like that. Me just never reach out
I'm
to like the
inviting you
correct
down to
people.
my school on Monday. If you're not busy, you can come down and we can have a chat when I'm meeting with the students. You
Go
can
there.
come by.
And don't forget your
Okay.
cookout.
All right.
And don't forget your cookout, Chels.
Oh, I'm having a cookout on the 25th of March. It's on the ends. We're having a variety of dishes, from seafood all the way down to
I will
rundown,
on the
everything I
end.
want. It's gonna be by Springbank Road up there, so but we're
The
gonna
same
send the
place.
location to everybody. Yes, Charlie, same place. We're gonna fix the flyer now. The Andrew kind of free up things little. We're gonna fix the flyer and make a new ad feed and something. Yeah, Andrew, we're selling tickets. So pre-order, please. Pre-order outside.
No.
We're not even going to start with,
1 minute left. 1 minute left.
yeah,
Yo.
hurry up. We can close it with 1 minute, boss.
No see Shuckle Bus party last night.
Leave it to
Everybody
you.
and them man and your TJ until about 4 o'clock in the night.
All right.
Yo,
Hey. Informer then.
Oh Lord, I can't manage Chaddy, Chaddy mix up, me tell you.
Enough people get to talk about the $9,000 minimum wage increase, but hey, well, the $2,000 increase, but that's for next week. But anyhow, guys, as I said, the intention isn't to offend anybody on our show.
No.
We just talk the truth and talk it real as it is, as always see it. We all do some form of exploiting in our lifetime. It's just that we try to minimize it as much as possible, and we try not to take advantage of people who are less fortunate.
Archer.
And you know what I mean? Barter is
Mama
barter.
exploit me. She ever said me go wash the plate and it.
Is it, barter is barter. You know what I mean? It's a
Why
good
exploit me? Big up my
no
mother.
get this personal. And thanks to Zidi's former manager and former caretaker for stopping by and chatting with us. It was an interesting chat. Chatty, thank you. Thank you, Gio, even though your computer went down. Shells, thank you. See you guys. See both of you on Wednesday when we have an interesting show lined up for you guys, the Entertainment Club. On behalf of the production crew, I just want to say big respect to all the VVL podcast viewers. Thank you so much on Hype TV. How you picture entertainment in Jamaica and across the Caribbean. All you or viewers on YouTube and also on Facebook. Thank you guys. Peace. And catch you all next week. Same time, same place. We're out.